Good morning, I'm John Cole Morgan and it's so great to have you here today. Thank you for joining us so nice and early on a Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. Welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, the best way for you to be able to shop with us today is www.sewingstreet.com, and you might want to check that out now. We've got a fantastic early bird special for you today. We've got the Creative Grids ruler. Now what I love about these Creative Grids rulers is not only are they so easy to read, great divisions on between the numbers, really simple, they've also got a really nice safe technology on it. So now I'm going to try and find my, where have I got, there we go. So you can see now, over here, this Creative Grids ruler, where I do that, you can see that's got a nice shiny edge. Now all the rulers you normally buy are going to have that nice shiny edge. So when you do that, when you want to use the ruler, if you've got those nice shiny edges on your ruler and you do that, you can see it moves along. But now, if you see that Creative Grids have created this non-slip grip technology over here, so if I flip that round and do exactly the same thing, you can see the ruler doesn't move anywhere near as much as it does. This is the nice shiny side, and you can see it goes there. So I absolutely adore these. Well, I'm a little bit shocked that we've got Creative Grids as an early bird because they sell so well. They're such an amazing product. This one is such a good size as well. 6.5 inches by 12.5. And what's so great about that, anywhere you're going, you can see this is an A4 piece of paper. You can just see it fits perfectly. So anywhere you're going, any small ruler that you're doing, any small project that you're doing that you don't need the big 24.5 inch one, and we all know what I'm talking about. You put the ruler on the mat, it's too big, you can't, it's just too bulky. This is the perfect size. 12.5 inches is a really usable size as well, because most people aren't using pieces that much bigger than that, and this just works so perfectly. And the great thing about this ruler as well is you've got all those wonderful angles. Now I know a lot of you don't always use your angles, but I love them. Let me show you how best you can use those. So this is just an ordinary plain fat quarter, unironed, I know. And we've got our rotary cutter here, left open. So if you were doing a normal cut over here, let's just see here. You're going to do that, and you're going to cut a normal piece. So that's what most of us traditionally use a rotary cutter for. And then what you do is you've got to cut it down. So we're going to make this a 3-inch piece over here. And that's normally what you're doing. But if you leave that there, let's do it on this piece because it's a little bit smaller. So if, let's say, for example, you needed to cut a 45-degree angle on your ruler. Now what you would be doing this for is if you're doing any form of binding, anything like that, and you don't have a binding tool, there you go, you've got your 45-degree angle. If you want to do a 60-degree, if you're doing your diamonds, you can do that. And what I love about this is now I've cut that, I did that the wrong way round, so forgive me for this. So what I'm going to do now is I want to cut a 2.5-inch diamond. So you can see I just line that up at 2.5. I've still got because I've cut that at my 60-degree angle previously, I do that, and I've now got a 60-degree diamond that is 2.5 inches. This ruler is the perfect size as well because it's just portable, and any table that you're working on. I've got a little setup in my studio where I have my rotating cutting mat, which is 12.5 inches. I have my sewing machine, and I've got my iron. So what's great about this ruler, I'd never used them until I came on the show, used it, and literally that day bought 2 of them because I've got one for my sewing bag, one for my little setup there, bought the 2, used them, and I like less steps in my life and I like having more of them, and then thought, no, I need one on the main cutting mat as well because it's just easier when you're cutting smaller pieces having this perfect ruler. And Creative Grids have got these wonderful, the technology for the non-slip grip, which I just think is so important. And if I then turn this round, this is now the slide that that's the slippy side you'd have on most of your rulers. If I'm doing the same, you can see that's moving around, especially for a beginner. If you're just starting out, the number of times you're doing that and you rotate your mat, if you're cutting and then your hand slips ever so slightly like that, you get that divot out of your fabric and you just now got to cut another piece. So for me, I love these because it's just such a great size, really, really safe. And I'm stunned that they've on as an early bird. They sell so incredibly well on their own. So we just like being able to bring you a nice little bargain, obviously. Today you'll be getting this at $14.99. You'll be saving £3 from the normal price. Really, really great deal that. So do make sure you get that now, because I don't know how much longer the stocks will last on these. They're fantastic. Don't forget, today we've got our one-day P&P, just like every other day. And you're only paying $3.95 for that. And that's whether you order one. If you get the early bird now, then you've paid your P&P through the whole day. You can sit back, relax. You see anything else, just pop it in your basket, check out, and you don't have to pay any more or any less on that. We have got a wonderful way of being able to get in touch with us if you'd like to. The easiest way of doing it is our email. The best one of doing that is studio@sewingstreet.com. So that's the best way of doing it, because we've got those manned all the time and it pops up on everybody's screen. So do drop us a message. We've got the fabulous Delphine in today. So if you've got any questions for her, aren't her felting things amazing? Absolutely love it. Today it's a little bit different and I'm loving these even more. Look! Dragons! I don't want to say anything about mother-in-laws. I'm not saying anything about mother-in-laws, but you never know. So do stay tuned with us. We've got a fabulous 4 hours ahead. Let me show you the kit that we're bringing you today with Delphine. A little bit different from her usual felting, but this has been such a fabulous kit in the past. So this one is a little different because you're getting 4 different patterns. So you get the... Shall I just grab these cushions? Let me grab these cushions. There we go. Dismantle the entire set before we've even started. But I adore these. Look at this. So first of all, you're getting this wonderful little bird cushion. How adorable is that? Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to put that there. That's the first set of instructions you're getting to be able to make the bird cushion. Then you're getting this wonderful cathedral window pin cushion. How gorgeous is that? Now come, and it's Tilda, my fave. I love Tilda. So I'm going to put that there. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get with stacking these all up like that, but we're going to give it a go. And then this is my favourite. Everybody has got such fabulous desires to go on holiday at the moment. Go to a caravan and you can take it with you. How amazing is that as well? So that's your third pattern. Am I going to get this without it falling? Doing well. I've just got this image of everything collapsing as I do. Oh, it's wonderful. And then we've got these wonderful mini hexie coasters. We don't have samples for those, so you can just... They are going to be enough fabric in here of the Tilda to make all of these projects. So you've got all these 4 fantastic different instructions on how to do it. You're also getting this wonderful Tilda charm pack, 42 different pieces here. Oh, they're 40, sorry, my mistake. But look at these fabrics. I adore these. They are so good. And you can see all of these gorgeous designs. And the great thing about a charm pack is you're getting 1 or 2 of every single design in the whole range. Really, really lovely that. And you're also getting a metre of the white fabric as well. Is it white or ivory? It's white. It's white. So this is, you're getting all of those. The 4 instructions, the charm pack, the metre of fabric, but that's not all. You're also getting the Bonder Web. Wonderful pack of Bonder Web there. This is 1.2 metres. Yes, I was just checking it wasn't 1.7. 1.2 metres by 17.5 centimetres. Loads of Bonder Web in there. That whole kit, all today, $49.99. Previously, this kit has sold out so quickly, but I'm not surprised. They're so beautiful. Now, if you are going to be making all of these projects, you might need to get a few half meters extra just for the backing, because we put a meter in just to give you a bit of enough to start on it. You might not have enough to do all of them. A meter of fabric is quite a lot, but you never know, might need a bit more. We've also selling our cotton, 100% cotton half meters for £3.49. So that you can check on our website as well. That's the white one we've got there. Let me show you how much a half metre is. Look at that. It's a huge amount of that. And the great thing is it's not just white, it's not just ivory, it's not just black. We have got loads of different colours on there. You can have a metre, you've got a metre of the white in your bundle already, but if you are looking for that little bit extra, a few little extra pieces, you might want to just go and have a look. If you type in 100 and cotton, you will get all of the different colours that we've got in there. That's just the white one. But we've also got the ivory for you today as well, by the half metre. That's a really good idea. Sorry, I need to do this whole thing of being able to listen and talk at the same time. I'll get there one day. I'm not quite there. This is a really good idea as well, because all of these designs, look at that. Isn't that just adorable? Now, some of you might not want that as a cushion. Some of you might want to frame it and put it up on the wall as a wall hanging, which I think is a great idea, because these designs are so beautiful. They're not just for a cushion. You can use them however you like. It's a suggestion as a cushion, but once you've made the top, you can do it however you like. Love that. Perfect. I'm going to put this back on the set because the set looks a bit... There we go. Oh, look how pretty that is. So now we've got two different colours here. This is the white one, which I've shown you previously. This is the ivory, and you can see there's a tiny difference between the two. But I think it's important that you've got options. So the ivory as well we've got available today for £3.49 for a half metre. Perfect. That's £3.49 there for the half metre. Now we're going to do a little video now to remind you how to buy, and we're going to get the lovely Delphine on. Back in a second.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
I kind of want to geek out a little bit. It's Delphine.
Hello everyone, morning.
Love it. You are so incredible. You are so inspiring. I adore your projects.
Thank you. So are you.
I feel a little bit weird having you here because I've always looked at your projects and thought, oh my God, one day I'll meet you. I know, really silly. Sorry, I can't do this whole, oh, it's lovely to meet you. Never heard of you. Oh God, she's amazing. Delphine, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And these projects, they're incredible.
Oh, I'm so pleased you like them.
Like them, they're amazing. And of course you're using Tilda.
Yeah, love Tilda.
Adore Tilda.
I
This
use it a
fabric
lot.
is stunning.
Really pretty. I've used the Bon Voyage a few times now, but I'm not bored of it. It's just really lovely. Can just keep going with it.
You can't get bored of these.
No,
The colours are incredible.
I like how all there's tiny little bits of the turquoise and the yellow in. So even though it's quite purpley and pinks and lilacs, you're just putting it together with like a brighter fabric. It really makes it pop.
It really does, doesn't it? But these fabrics are just incredible. I'm hoping I'm putting these in the right place. Paul will move it. He's brilliant that way. And I love the way that some of them you end up getting two, some of you getting them one.
Yeah, I think you get two of each one actually.
Oh, do you?
These ones.
Okay.
I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Let me leave those there. We can get them. Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Do you want to do it there?
Oh,
there you go. You can do it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can pick it up actually, but yeah, all the little lilac, the little turquoises in there.
They're brilliant.
I love this one. It's got a bit of the yellow in.
Oh, you see, I like these because it gives you that nice definition of the designs as well.
Yeah, really pretty. But yeah, you get two of each
That
one.
one is beautiful.
That one's probably one of my favourites. That one and the
but
big
doesn't
flowers.
that one really show what you mean about the different colours?
All the
That you've got
different
the teals in there and all that. There's even that hint of gold, and when you look at it, you don't really think of the gold in there.
And I like the greys. The greys are really pretty.
They're fab.
Yes. And then these tiny little flowery prints as well, really pretty. Oh, there he is. He's doing his magic.
He's brilliant that way, isn't it? Before you know it, he's in there.
There we are. Anyway, moving on.
Oh my God. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to get into trouble again.
So yeah, really pretty. But I just love how all the different prints, they all work together, don't they? Really,
They
really well.
really do.
I love that one. That's a really nice
Now, how do you go about putting these together for these different projects?
What, when I come up with the designs?
Well, I'm just looking at that gorgeous pincushion you've got over there.
Yeah.
How did you come up with what to put in there?
Well, I just love it. I love a cathedral window anyway, and I think this was only made up of, you only use 3 squares for this.
No.
So just the 3, so it goes a really, really long way. And one thing I love about charm packs as well is that I think some people, you tend to see it as just as a 5-inch square. That's why I like sewing them all together and making it a bigger piece of fabric. But with that's just 3 pieces of 3 charm squares and just a little bit of the white. But everyone needs a pincushion.
You do.
You might as well have a nice pretty one.
And we've all got amazing buttons that we can put in the middle.
Yep, that one I didn't sew on very well.
You did. You're fine. Nobody noticed a thing. The great thing about our audience, they're really forgiving with things like that.
So I should have sewn that on a little. So imagine
You
that's
have,
really,
it's
really tight down there. Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So yeah. So do you want me to?
Wonderful. Show me what you're going to do today.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
I think we'll demo a little bit of the caravan today and just show how you cut out all the different pieces and how we put it together. And I might even, if we have time, do a bit of free motion quilting as well. So I've not done it on the show before.
Oh, you'll be fine. What could go wrong?
Well, quite. What could go wrong?
It's only fabric.
Okay, so I'll just pop that over there. So I'm going to use the light box actually.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Oh, I want one of these.
We've got 2 different sizes. We've got the A3 and we've got the A4. You're going to use the A3, aren't you?
Yeah, because it's plugged in.
Plugged in?
So I say it's plugged in.
The I think it is. You might need to that little. There we go.
No, it needs a bit of a wiggle.
There we go. You're in.
There we are. So just put that in the centre. You got that? Lovely. Okay, so we'll take these instructions. So the instructions are all step-by-step instructions, and so it gives you all of what you need on the side here. So it tells you what you need, the finished size, all about the cutting out. Make sure you read through the instructions completely before you start, because you might think, oh, actually I know what she means there, but there might be a few little things that are a little bit different. So make sure you read all the way through the instructions. And there's also, on the back is your template. So let me just turn it round the right way.
But doesn't this light box come into its own with these templates? They're brilliant.
Rather than, I've tended to be drawing up against the window.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the neighbours are wondering what I'm doing. So we're going to have that, and we'll use a little bit of, sorry, I keep disappearing.
That's all right.
Right.
We have a second floor. She just pops down to the bottom floor to get that done.
So I'm going to have a bit of the Bonder web, which you've got in your kit. So I do say in the instructions, when you the way I've designed the pattern, when you actually write your tracing over your pattern, make sure you're tracing on the glue side. Because otherwise it'll be in reverse. It's no big deal, but it's just the way I've designed it to face a certain way. Otherwise it'll face the other way.
I hadn't thought of that. What a brilliant way of doing it.
Because otherwise it'll face the wrong way.
There's a box of pins down there if you want. We've got loads of friction pins as well if you want.
Yeah, but a couple of weeks ago when I was on, I used a heat erasable pen to trace over it, glued it on the fabric, and of course it was gone. So,
well, the worst I did was I used the waterable erasable one, thinking it was a heat erasable, put the iron on it, and then it's permanent.
Oh, okay. So
now
it's not just me.
Now you know.
So yeah, so I'm gonna. So you can tell it's the glue side because it's a little bit bumpy. So I'm just gonna pop it onto there. Can you see that?
Yeah. Paul will find you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna trace round.
And that light box does go two levels higher as well.
It does. But
and one more. You can see how much
that is a bit bright. That one.
Ooh, okay. Do the middle one. Well, you do it.
There we go. I can do that on that one. It's so good though. So yeah, just going to trace around. So again, take your time tracing around your pieces. I'm just going to go for it. So I have already pre-cut a few of these out because I don't think you want to just watch me drawing over a pattern for the whole.
Oh, we love it
for the whole demonstration. So I'm just going to do it nice and quick. There we are. Lovely. Right, so I'll pop that to the side and I'll just turn that off. I might come back to that in a minute.
We've got a smaller one as well if you'd like a smaller one.
So there we are.
Try with
I'm going to put that on top of your.
Oh, you can pop them straight on top, it's fine.
Yeah. So I am here. There we go. So I have already pre-cut my the top, the white fabric. I've cut it out as 17-inch square bit of fabric. You can cut it obviously however size you want to make your cushion. I tend to make mine because I like mine nice and plump. So I tend to make the top piece about 1 inch bigger. So that way when you've sewn it all together, it's nice and tight. So if I used an 18-inch panel, I'd use a 20-inch cushion pad.
Perfect.
So that's what I do anyway.
But they look lovely this way. I'm going to do this, hopefully not fall off my chair. But they do, they feel nice and plump that way, they really do.
I'm just going to plug, I'm disappearing again.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving the French knots you've done here for the little flowers.
I love a French knot.
Your eyes for detail is incredible, it really is.
I've also, there's instructions as well in the, I think both of them of how to do a French knot, step by step.
There was, I noticed as you were doing in your template, you've done the French knot instructions, certainly in that one. I think they're lovely.
Let's get the iron in. I've got the iron on. So I've got a bit of H640 here.
Back in stock. I don't even need to say anything about H640 normally because we put it in stock, say we've got it in, and then it sells out in about 8 minutes. So if you want H640, it is here. Go and have a look on our website.
And it just makes things so much easier. It stops it all moving around. You haven't got to keep putting pins in it all the time.
It's brilliant. It's one of the most popular products we have.
So there we are.
And it comes in 1 metre square, doesn't it?
So make sure you iron on the right side though. You don't want to glue it to the mat.
Because it's only one adhesive side, isn't it?
Yes. So it's nice and smooth on that side, and I don't know if you can pick it up, but
yeah,
it's all bumpy, a bit like the Bonder web.
Yeah.
There we are. So that's nice and smooth. Okay. So to make the caravan body, let's pop that over there. So I've got a couple of charm squares here. So you're going to have to take 2. For the main part, just on the top there where the window is. So I think I'm going to use the purples because they're just so pretty, aren't they?
So that's the background you're doing now?
Yeah. So what you're going to need as well is 1 other charm square. So I think I'm going to use that one. Right then. So I'm also going to use... I'm going to use one of the creative grids. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut on there. So take one.
If you want to, we have another mat for that.
So we're going to cut this one in half. So it's 5 inches square. So I'm just going to cut it in 2.5 inches. Sorry for not closing it earlier.
Oh, you're all right. Do you know what I do at my studio when back in the days when we used to have people in our studios? If anybody left their blade open, they have to leave their car keys and phones all at the front door because you're there to sew, not to talk on your phone. And they only get their phone and their car key back if they put their £5 into the charity bin.
Oh,
and it all goes to cancer research. We raised over £100 one year.
We should do that here, although I shouldn't be saying that because it was me that left it open.
I do love the fact that you're actually using our early bird. Isn't it the most perfect size?
Perfect size. I need one of these. I've got quite a big one.
It's
like
available today for $14.99.
There you go. I think my husband might be watching. Nick, can you just put one of those in the...
I do that as well. Poor Andrew gets at home and he watches me every morning and I tell him all the things he has to put in my little basket, and I've checked out before I've even left the house, before I've left the stage. Now, I did put the feed dogs down, so the button's on the side. You might need to rotate your handle just to get them back up.
Oh no, I think they're up now.
But you might...
Yeah. Is it going to work?
It should do.
There we are.
There we go.
So what I'm doing here is that one that I cut in half, you're going to put it right sides together at the bottom, and I'm just going to sew along that bottom line here. So do that twice. And back to the machine. You can pin it if you like, but today I'm just going to go for it. So a 1/4 inch seam. There we go. So I've sewed both of those together. A little pair of scissors.
Just through there, the little orange ones. See, the orange ones are my favourite. My granny used to have a pair.
A nice, I like a small pair of scissors so you can really...
They're really good, and those are incredibly sharp.
So there you are. I've sewn those 2 pieces together.
Now, do you press them open? Your seams open, one side?
Just usually to the one side. What do they say? To the dark side.
Always to the dark side.
But yeah, so whatever you... Well, mind you, these are both dark, so it doesn't really matter on these ones.
I just, some people are quite militant about it and very determined you've got to do one or the other, and I think it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
Yeah, I used to take a lot of time on opening my seams.
Yes.
And then I was just...
You just get too busy.
Yeah. I'm too lazy, too
You'll
busy.
Notice, I did my
much
block
to
of
do.
the week yesterday, and I was like, oh, this is taking too long. I'm going to press them to the dark side now.
So I've pressed those to... There we are. So what I'm going to do now, you're going to line up these... Oh, I didn't press that very well, did I? Give that another quick... There we are.
Doesn't it just make you want to have a caravan in these colours?
Well, I was just about to say it doesn't want you want to have a caravan, but we're going away in ours tomorrow, actually.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going away in my caravan. So in fact, I noticed that there's quite a few caravan lovers on the Sewing Street fan page.
There are.
Yeah.
There definitely are.
In fact, I actually saw someone make this pattern, and it was really, really lovely. And I was scrolling through, and I was really impressed. So whoever did that, if they are watching,
Congratulations.
Yeah. So
well, we do our
send
make of
us a
the week
picture.
every week. So every time, each week, myself, Vicky, and Debs go through and do pick our favourite of the week, and it is so hard. Because last week I think I had 9 photos, and then I cut it down to 6, and then it was literally a case of I had to do it randomly, write 1 to 6 down, and pick a number out of a jar because they were all so good.
They're a talented bunch, aren't they?
Really, really talented.
There we go.
You can slow that down if you need to.
I
never
tend
do.
to go quite fast. Like you say, too busy. Too much to do.
Too much to do.
So I'm going to press that open. Well, just press it. Make it flat. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to come back to our template. So I am just going to... Oh, I'm messy. Are you messy when you're...
Oh gosh, yeah. I refuse to answer that on the grounds that Sylvia will hold it against me.
So there we go. I'm just going to quickly cut around
Oh my
the template.
goodness.
So
You are so quick at that.
I've done it a few times. I'm trying not to get my fingers.
We
Yeah.
do not recommend doing that quickly if you're not a confident rotary cutter.
Yeah,
That's
take your time.
brilliant.
So put it on the reverse side. Again, glue side down. Now try and get the bottom of the template as close to the bottom as you can of the. So you can see I've done the. You've got the main big square here, and then the 2.5 inch square rectangle
Don't
down
those
there.
little circles look like windows?
I want to use one for a wheel.
Oh my
As well.
goodness, that's genius. That is so clever.
So just picking little bits out of the pattern.
For the little wheel, the detailing on the wheel, you've used one of the charm packs for that.
I think I just used a little bit of
One of
an offcut.
these?
Yeah.
That's
So
very
I'll get
clever.
that out of the way. for
So you'll
now.
see you've got this wonderful red fabric over here, and those little circles. She's cut one out and used it as a wheel.
So now I'm going to cut over the line that I traced.
See, I was a bit worried you wouldn't be able to see that line through the glue side, but you can
Yeah.
very clearly.
And that was only with a bit of pencil. So there we are. And I'm just
and then you press that, you use the little... Again,
Yep.
perfect size for the ruler.
yeah,
That
perfect.
ruler really is brilliant.
There we are. So there's your caravan. So that's £10 I owe now to the jar. Okay, so there we are. There's your caravan. So we're going to
That's
just stick
perfect.
that down. So scratch a little.
Use speckled scissors.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you are good. I always struggle getting that off.
I noticed that Debbie uses a pin to
Yes.
scratch it. Sorry, I make ever such a mess.
Oh,
when I
you're
cut.
all right.
There we are.
Bottom
Just
shelf.
try not to chuck it on your shelf.
Bottom shelf.
Bottom shelf.
We'll clear it up later.
There we are. So pop it in the middle, the bottom, wherever you want to put it. So I've done a few of these where you can have it. You can do like a little fence, like a little picket fence.
Love that.
Yeah, that would be really pretty. And then a little bit of free motion bit for the grass.
Fabulous.
So that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Or you could do it with some mountains in the background.
Well, we've got some incredible Aurifil on today, so that actually would work really well, being able to do some free motion with that.
And so I'm just going to stick that down. There we are. So then you'll trace over the other pieces, bit by bit, and just do exactly the same, like cut it all, make sure you cut over the line, but I've cheated.
Oh, we allow that.
Yeah, there we are. So we're going to have, which way did I do it? Oh, doesn't really matter, does it? So we've got the door.
I'll hold it for you
You've got
like
your
this, and you
window.
can see if that's how you want it.
Lovely. And you've got your little curtains.
Oh my goodness, that's so adorable.
There we are. So should we just stick it all down? It won't take long.
But the great thing with this, you've got hundreds of different options of how you can do
Yeah.
this.
So with that one, I put a little wine bottle and a couple of glasses.
I didn't like to point it out, but it's amazing.
And the
You see, for me, it's a gin bottle.
a gin bottle.
With the cocktail glasses.
and a lemon. I've also done one with a vase of flowers.
They're
So you
really
could do
clever.
anything.
And then did you French knot all your flowers on as well?
I did,
I can
yeah,
imagine that.
yeah,
That's
French
beautiful.
knot. And I think I've done one with like a daffodils.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's really pretty. But you can do
Because
whatever
if
you
you
want.
use that variegated orangey yellow thread, the daffodils would be beautiful with that as well.
Lovely. I heard that you're doing a bit of embroidery now, John.
I am. I'm trying to. I'm learning. I'm not. It's like one of those things. You're just trying to find the time to do everything you want to do. But I'm just addicted to all things sewing and quilting and stitch related. It's brilliant.
You can have too many hobbies though, can't you?
No.
Can you not?
Nope.
I just do like you say, you just want to do everything. There's just not enough time.
No,
is
there's
there?
not.
And embroidery, one thing that's what I like about my felting is it's something you can just pick up and put down, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to stick the curtains down now. And you can put little tie backs. You could put a little blind. You could even make a little cat or something, couldn't you? And put a little cat in the window.
But I love projects like this because you're literally only limited by your own imagination of different things that you can do with it. And it builds up so quickly.
Really quickly. I mean, it helps with the bond web. There we go. Nearly done.
And I see you've blanket stitched all the way around these.
Yeah, I use a blanket stitch. You can use a zigzag stitch.
Whichever one you like.
Yeah, or just even a top stitch. I'm just going to put the little...
Oh my goodness, I am hearing we have less than 20 of this bundle left.
Lovely.
Selling really well today, but
Yeah.
the thing is, your stuff is so lovely and so inspiring. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
No, but it is. Nothing to thank me. You're very good at what you do.
Like you said, I just enjoy it. All things sewing,
But you
art.
can tell, because the passion you have when you make something like this, it's so obvious.
You just let your imagination go.
It does.
Yeah, and sometimes I draw things out. Other times I just cut fabric out and just see what works.
So that's just a piece of fabric from your own stash?
Yeah, that's just a piece of plain fabric because I didn't want it to be. I want you to be able to see that it's a wheel, and but you just any bit of plain fabric will do, or even just a bit of the white, and then just go round it with a coloured thread.
Yeah.
That would work, wouldn't it?
You could do one of those old white wall tire things where you have like a black outline with oh, that would be really cool.
Little tow bar. And then you need a jack, otherwise it will fall over.
But what I love about these is even this one which you've made and that one you've made, they are so different because you've personalised it with the fabric and you've changed the way you've done some of the fabric, kept some the same, but because the templates are exactly the same, everybody's one's going to be totally unique and different because what they choose. Because when you were making it, I thought, oh, I'd make my caravan with that at the top,
one.
and I'd be doing this as my bottom.
Yeah,
which I thought would be really sweet.
That'd be nice as curtains as well. I quite like that one.
Oh yes, because I think those you get two of, don't you?
Yeah, I think
you get each one of two of everything.
Two of each one, yeah.
Well, that's great because you could use those as curtains and the bottom.
Yep.
Loving that.
I think that's what I've done.
How many charm packs have you using in total? Charm pieces are you using in total for this?
For this one, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, 4.
5 possibly with your decorations.
Yeah. So if you were going to do the bunting, you'd use 5. But even then, there's enough offcuts
you've
of
got
this.
40 in there.
Yeah. So we'll do it. In fact, should we do a bit of bunting?
Oh yeah, I love a bit of bunting.
There we are. So there's your caravan, all done.
Now I have a little trick for my bunting, especially when I'm making it this small.
Yeah.
I love doing stack and wax. A stack and wax where you layer 8 layers of fabric, all the same.
And you do it really quick.
45-degree rulers, and we've got a Creative Grids kaleidoscope ruler as well. When you've got that 45-degree point, you just put the fabric there. You cut sort of a 1.5, 1 inch piece.
Yeah.
And you just cut the tops. You layer it up and then cut them that way, and then it's automatically done with the Creative Grids ruler.
I'll see if I can do it in a quick way. Should we choose one that's going to be a nice bunting out of what I've got?
Do one of these.
Am I allowed to cut that one? Oh, I've got one here. Should we use that?
You can cut what you like.
Which one should we?
Delphine, you can do what you like.
which one should we have?
I think the bright red one. That's
the
my
bright
favourite.
red. The bright red one. Okay.
Oh, actually, I'm going to be a pain. Use that one because it'll be consistent. Now, I'm only thinking with that, when you get the triangles, you may lose it with the white.
Okay, so you want that one. What am I allowed
You've
to
got it
use
there.
that one?
No, you've got it there. No, one more.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah, there we are. That I'll do like the red. You could do 2 though, couldn't you? And have the purple, and then you could do a red and have them, and then you could have one on each chair. You know when you go into a caravan, you've got like the big seating area. You can have one on each side.
Love.
You can have a his and hers, couldn't you? Okay, so I'm just going to cut a little piece up. There we are. Put that. Oh.
You know, you get all these photo printing options with fabric. You could be able to make little cushions out of people's faces in your little caravan thing. That would be really cool.
People who do a lot of quirky things with their caravans when we go away in ours, and people decorate them really nicely, and I think this is just a nice way of personalising it, isn't it?
What colour's your caravan?
White. What is it? I think it's a Sprite Musketeer, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. But no, I put different cushions in it every time we go.
Nothing wrong with that.
So back
And the great thing with that ruler is you've got your 45-degree line if you're doing a 45-degree angle.
and perfect to take away with you in your caravan with your sewing machine. Yeah.
What sewing machine do you use in your caravan then?
I've just got what at home. I've got a
Okay.
yeah.
So you can take it with you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've taken it away with me for felting, everything. So
Love it.
I'm going to do.
Because your felting is very transportable.
Really, yeah, you can take
Very.
that anyway. You can just put it in a carrier bag.
Well, I'm so excited for your Christmas one. I might have to bring my little tools in and play with it.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So what stitches are you playing around with your embroidery?
Very, very beginners. So I'm just still doing the... Oh, gosh. It's very early in the morning and I can't remember the names of them all. I tried with the French knot. I was doing a couple of the French knots.
Yep.
Some of these. We had in... Is it Alison Holt? And she did that incredible book. Oh my God, it was
with her
so
free,
beautiful.
her free motion.
Beautiful, where you do the water painting onto the linen first.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore that.
I love painting. Do you paint?
Not very well. I do a bit of acrylics and stuff. But then we had Trish Burr's book on as well, which the Botanical Gardens in Kew.
Yeah, I saw that one.
So inspiring.
I was flicking through that upstairs, like you say, so inspiring, and it's really,
really good.
some of it looks really complicated, but it's the
not.
way it's
just build it up.
explained.
Blade.
Oh, how much is that now?
About £400 now.
So let's see, how many should we do? We could do a few more.
600.
We could do a few more. You could do it any way you like. You could do a little poll.
Now, when you've done this, have you used a friction pen to put these on, and then you iron them off to do the direction?
No,
You just did it by eye. 'Cause
I
you're
just
so
do it
good.
by eye.
You're so good.
Just yeah. You can put it wherever you like.
I love that. And with this as well, you could use some contrasting thread to join them up.
Mhm. Yeah, or you can do a bit of embroidery as well.
Embroidery. Love these. Not surprised it's selling so well.
So I'm just. You can take your time a little bit more with these, but I'm just.
I think the way you're doing it's
Sorry,
brilliant.
Paul. I can hear him then go, "It's all right, but no, just move over."
I just love the fact that you didn't even ask to use that ruler. You just automatically gone to it.
It's
But it is that great size that you can
And
do
nice-
these little things.
and nice and light as well.
But for me, it's the grips, the little dots on there, because I think a lot of people who are just starting out, it's really handy to have those.
Yeah,
You,
it
of
gi-
course, have been doing it for a lot longer than most people have.
And it gives you a bit more confidence as
Exactly.
well, especially when you're working with a
An open blade at all times.
closed blade.
Thank you for that.
There we are. So let's just have a play of putting these on.
Love them. Unfortunately, I can't even help you under the current guidelines.
So it's just rubbing it around, getting it off. There we are. Oh, we'll come back to that one.
There's a big thing of pins there behind you
There.
in our beautiful rose gold magnetic bowl.
I know, and I saw the rose gold scissors as
They're
well.
gorgeous, aren't they?
They are lovely. Oh,
But that rose gold bowl, I bought 2 of them for my studio because I haven't had people in working in the studio for months.
it's nice.
And I'm
Weighty.
still finding pins on the
Yeah.
floor. It doesn't matter how many times you end up vacuuming, they hide in there. They literally bury themselves in the carpet.
Or you could make yourself a nice pin cushion to put them in.
Well, it's not me, it's when you have other people in.
Oh, yeah. When what, in the studio?
Yeah.
These are getting a bit... I'm getting
You're
there.
doing great. You've got plenty of time, don't
How
worry.
much time have we got?
You've got about 22 minutes to the top of the hour.
Oh, lovely.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
You could make another whole other cushion in
It will
this.
take me 22 minutes to take all this backing off the bunting.
But I'm pleased that you could do it because it's one of those ones that people may struggle with. And now seeing you do it, they've always got it on the YouTube page that they can
Yeah.
refer back to as well. It's a really lovely thing. Love the bunting.
I'm getting there. I'm halfway. Oh.
I can't even offer to help, unfortunately.
Where did I put that? Oh, there we are. Oh, just as I go and reach for it, I managed to get it and tear it off. There we are. A few more. But yeah, you can do as many as you like. And I'd like to see someone to do like the little picket fence. I've done one of those before.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
One of my friends, sadly, she used to come to the studio. She's no longer with us. She used to do the most incredible free motion embroidery, and she would have done the picket fence in black all the way through. It would have been beautiful.
You see some really impressive things with free motion embroidery. But
well, I heard the top tip is that you've got to do it for 15 minutes a day or a bobbin's worth, whichever comes first. But you've got to do it solidly for 30 days. Yeah. So I definitely could not do a bobbin in 15 minutes.
It's you've just got to try and relax, haven't you, when you're doing it and rest.
I find if your shoulders go up like this, you're doing it wrong. Stop, have a cup of tea, come back.
It's almost like you're doing it and your shoulders come up and then you have to just take a deep breath, step away from it. Like, step away from it.
Why don't we just do those 6?
Yeah. I'm determined. It doesn't match. It will. There we go. I've got one more. Lord. Lucky number 7.
There we go. The rest can go in the bottom shelf.
Yeah. Okay, back to the iron. So let's place them so they're. So it looks a bit like they're on a string. There we go. Oh no, 8. I've got to do this one now.
It wants to be in.
It needs to be. It's like, don't leave me out. And I think I've spent most of the time, I've sewn a whole caravan in the time it's taken me just to make a little bit of bunting. Ah, I've done it. There we are. Okay. And there we are.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, so I use the blanket stitch to go round mine. You can use a zigzag stitch. You can use a straight stitch. You could use a different coloured thread. You could hand stitch it down. Today I'm just going to go...
If you lift that lid, it can remind you of the stitch number.
Let's have...
And I think you've got white thread in the top there, so it's
Oh,
matching.
lovely. Okay. Put that down. So all I'm going to do is go round. So what you'll do at home, you'll go round each piece. But today I'm just going to go round just the caravan.
Now, which one would you start first? The biggest one first? Or
Yeah, the biggest one. Ones? The biggest one.
Okay.
And also, like, if you are going to be using...
if you lift it up, there you go, you know about it. I was just going to tell you that little tip, that if you do that extra lift, it gives you a bit more on there.
So if you are going to be using a blanket stitch or a zigzag stitch, just make it a little bit smaller.
Okay, so what have you done there?
So I'm going to make it a 2.
A 2. Perfect.
Oh, it's going to take off. So just go around each piece, just secure it in place.
But it's such a great deal, this kit. You're getting the 4 sets of instructions, not only for this wonderful caravan picture that we're doing now, you're also getting the cathedral window pincushion, as well as this adorable bird and mum and me bird cushion. Look at this. But the designs, look how adorable that is. And the detailing here with these French knots, absolutely gorgeous. And it definitely makes you use these Tilda fabrics in the best way possible. And it also then gets you a way of doing all these wonderful French knots to be able to practice with as well. Look at that one.
That's pretty, isn't it?
Look how adorable that is. I adore that. It's so sweet.
You could do quite a lot.
So that's just one of the 4 projects we've got on this. The second one that we're doing, which is what Delphine's making for us at the moment, is this wonderful caravan with a lovely bunting that Delphine wishes she'd done at least 25 more of. And look at this, how you personalise it with this wonderful little wine bottle in the middle there and putting the glasses in. It's very well thought out, very clever. And then as well, we've got this wonderful pin cushion. Wonderful little pin cushion in there as well. And you've got the coasters as well. So all of these 4 patterns showing you exactly what you're doing. You're getting a full pack of charms by Tilda, a metre of fabric and the Bonder web for $49.99. We had less than 20 the last time I did a stock update, so keep getting it. If you've got them in your basket, please make sure you check out. We don't want you to lose out on these.
Okay, so I've just...
That was really good and very quick.
Yeah, sorry, it was a bit noisy.
Don't be silly, you're fine.
So I'm just going to change the foot now. I'm going to just put on... I'm going to do a little bit of free motion quilting. Have we got time?
Of course we have. We will make time.
So I'm just taking the walking foot off.
You have 11 minutes.
11 minutes, okay. There we go. Make sure it's not going to come off. So I'm going to drop the feed dogs.
Perfect.
So when you do your free motion, do you sew on the edge first? You do. I haven't.
You don't have to. It's your project.
So
the thing is as well, it's one of those things, it doesn't really matter. I think if you do it, if you don't put the edges down, you've also then got that nice little bit of movement where the fabric isn't quite as restricted as well. I think either work.
So I'm not going to do any particular pattern. I'm just going to...
Do what you like.
Yeah.
But that's the good thing about free motion. You can do it however you choose.
So first time free motion. On two.
You can do this. Nobody look. Everybody look away.
Yeah, look away. Okay, so let me just have a little tester first.
Of course. Oh, it's because you're not on a straight stitch.
Oh,
No, you're right. Just pull the needle up. Oh, there we go. I think this one's got to... Oh, there we go.
turn it off, turn it back
Do you need to move the stitch length down to 0?
I don't usually on
Do you not? Okay.
Do you usually?
Sometimes. Only because somebody told me once, so I always do.
Oh, no, I've never
You
done
do
that.
it however you choose. You do what you like.
I'll
It's
give it
yours.
a test. I'll see
Give
what
it a go.
happens.
You've got this.
Let me just cut that little thread off. Because otherwise it's going to get caught. There we are.
Those scissors are brilliant.
Nice and sharp, like you say. Okay, so I'm just going to make any type of pattern.
I'm so impressed with your speed on this. It's brilliant.
Just trying to get a little bit of a, just whirly round. Oh, you spoke too soon, John.
Nothing to see
And
here.
back to John. I think I know what's...
I think the thread snapped at the bottom,
It
didn't it?
did, yeah. So I'm just going to go in pretty much where I left off and try again. There we are. What am I doing wrong, John?
Normally when that happens, a tiny little piece of
Ooh!
thread's gotten caught in the bobbin.
I think
Nope,
the
nothing's
bobbin's
snapped off.
nearly run out. Let me just have a
Might be
bit.
the case. 9 times out of 10, there you go. You can see there's
There,
a piece of
there's
thread.
two-
There you
there's
can see
two.
there's a piece of thread there.
There we are.
There is, if you look behind you there where Debbie's book is, you'll see there's a spare bobbin on the side. You can tell this has happened once or twice before.
So just in case.
Just in case.
There we go. Where's my
You're doing
scissors?
really well. And for live telly, you know, things go wrong. That's why we have a spare bobbin at the side, just in case there's an up down there. There we go.
There we are. Let's pull that through.
Yeah, I find it easier having that as well. You did really well. You're
Should we
doing
go again?
fantastically.
Shall we try again?
Don't worry, we're still pre-recording, so no one's watching yet.
Yeah. How many?
Oh, that sounds better as well.
It does. Didn't like that bobbin. How long have we got left, John?
You have another 7 minutes.
Oh, I think I'll be able to
Sorry,
get
you
it.
said that at the same time as I was trying to work that out, Paul. Sorry about that. Can I just say this in the kindest way possible? You're just showing off now. Look at that gorgeous little design you're doing there.
Just, you can
You're
just...
just showing off. I love it.
I'm just moving it around.
No, she keeps her little light hidden under her bushel. I love that.
And it helps that my hands are really sweating at the moment, so it's sticking to the back.
We literally cannot get the air conditioner down any cooler.
Just try not to go over any of the lines that I've
You're
already...
doing great. You're doing a lot better than I would have done.
Oh, I doubt that, John.
Oh no, definitely. My free motion looks, if you can imagine a spider that is quite literally on its last legs, covered in ink, going across a white piece of fabric.
Here we are. We're getting there, nearly halfway already.
My goodness.
It just really finishes it off, I think.
Well, in the 6 minutes we have left, you're going to finish that whole cushion.
Yeah.
Probably blank and stitch the whole thing as well.
There we go.
See, this is why I love Delphine. She's phenomenal.
You're very kind.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Oh, we're now in our low teens on this kit. It's such a wonderful combination though. Such a great kit.
So I'm trying to go close to the edges.
Now, on the set behind us, you'll see this gorgeous little dragon and wonderful bunting. There's a lovely cushion over there as well. She's coming back, 10 o'clock. We've got these gorgeous dragons. And I didn't mean my comment about mother-in-laws earlier at all. No husband in the room will ever say anything about it. Husbands can order as well from us if you'd like.
Oh, nearly done.
See, that was 4 minutes and the whole thing is free motion embroidered in the most beautiful pattern. Absolutely gorgeous. And in case you think she's missed a spot, don't worry, she's got it.
I've got it. I see you, Gap.
This is incredible.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. You see, I want to give some credit to the 680, but I think it's pointless. You're doing this. It's brilliant.
This lovely machine.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Really
I bought
lovely.
her big sister, the 720. Still sitting in my studio, staring at me every time I come in. Delphine, you are incredible. Look at that. I am blown
Step
away.
away from the machine. There we
That
go.
is absolutely brilliant. You literally did that in 4 minutes.
There we go.
And look how brilliant that looks.
I think if you had a bit more time, I'd make it a little bit smaller.
Just leave it up a little, move it up a little bit.
There we are.
Look at that. Now you see, literally quilting it like that, I think you've just brought it completely into life.
It just makes it more luxurious,
It's
doesn't it?
beautiful.
So and then I'd put in a few little details. I think on that one I put like a little hanging heart on the door. You could hand stitch your you could do some little flowers, or if you don't want to do any free motion quilting, all I did on the bottom here is just, you know, use
Straight lines.
just some straight lines.
You could do a little street,
You could, yeah.
doing the different colours.
Yeah.
You can do it however you want to do it. Delphine, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But you're coming back at 10 o'clock.
I am, yes.
We've got these wonderful dragons to do then as well.
Yep.
Lovely, lovely there. Oh, I'm loving that. We're just going to do a very quick recap as to how you can buy with us, and Delphine will be back with us at 10 o'clock.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
How incredible was that? I absolutely adore this. This is just one of the patterns that you're getting today. So this is what Delphine just demoed for us now. That's just one option of it. She's made it for us before as well. Look at that. Both so different, using 5 charm pieces out of your pack. So that's just one of the patterns. So let me just recap what we're getting. First thing you're going to get is the 4 patterns. So you're going to get the Happy Camping Cushion. So that's the very first one you're going to get. Then you've got the Mum and Me pattern as well, which is this gorgeous cushion here. How beautiful is that? Again, not using many charm pieces out of this gorgeous Tilda range. We've got the mini Hexie coasters, We've also got the cathedral window pin cushion, which is just absolutely adorable. This only uses 3 charm pieces. Such great value on this, because you're getting a pack of the Tilda, which has got 40 charm pieces in. Just to show you some of these different fabric designs, you can just see how incredible this is. You're getting 2 pieces of every single one of the pieces in this collection. Absolutely incredible designs, and of course I can't get my fingers apart there. Look at that. This one I think might be one of my favorites there. But then you've got something so different with these. They are just incredible. You've got the most different choices, and there are 40 of these different charm pack pieces in here. All 2 of them. Sorry, let me do that again. There are 20 different fabrics, getting 2 of each, so 40 in total, but all of them so beautiful, and the colours coordinate so perfectly. And these projects only use a handful of charms in each one of the projects, so you'll have loads of these left over, so you could make multiples of them. In order to do that, you're obviously going to need some Bondaweb. You saw Delphine using the Bondaweb as well. This is coming in your bundle already. So this is 1.2 metres by 17.5 centimetres there, all included in your bundle. You're getting a metre of the white fabric as well. The metre might not be enough to finish all of the projects, but it's certainly enough to get you started on most of them. We do sell these by the half metre on the website as well, so go and have a check for that. But all of the bundle, you're getting a metre of the fabric, the Bondaweb, the Tilda charm pack, all 4 of the instructions. Let me try and see, there we go. All of those, that's going to be £49.99 today. We were in the low teens the last time we did a stock update, so please make sure these sell out so quickly each time we have her on, and you can see why. How beautiful is this? I just adore it. Now, one thing we did have earlier on, which is something that has been doing incredibly well this morning, is our early bird. You saw Delphine using this all the way through the product, not because we asked her to, because we have other products here that she could use. She literally just naturally reached for it like I do. It is a perfect size ruler. 6.5 by 12.5 fits perfectly in any... How much? Oh my goodness, 2/3 of the stock that we have of these have gone already. So we did expect it to sell, because Creative Grids, we've never had these as an early bird before. We don't need to, because they sell so well already. You're saving £3 on this today, $14.99. So do make sure you check out on that if you're interested in it. We don't want you to miss out. Only 1/3 of the stock is left on this. Such a great product. And of course, remember, our early birds are only while stocks last. They're not going on and repeated the next day. So they're just fantastic, fantastic product there. So we're going to go and redo the set. We've got a wonderful hour of tools coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back soon.
Hi there, my name's Alison Marion and I'm thrilled to be joining the Sewing Street family. I live in Staffordshire, where I run a couple of sewing groups, and I have a passion for vintage sewing machines and also applique. I've stitched in some form for as long as I can remember, but I absolutely love teaching and helping people stretch their skills and hopefully demystifying some of the techniques that can be quite daunting for beginners. So I'm looking forward to meeting the team and getting into the studio. See you soon.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw, and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now, this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
To see me back. My favourite piece of kit with the sewing is the seam ripper. Hello, I'm Janice from Birmingham. I specialise in dressmaking. I used to run a children's shop and I love making children's clothes. My mother encouraged me to sew from an early age. When we were young, we did dressmaking in school. My claim to fame was the sewing quarter, but I'm now making also jumpsuits for ladies and men of all shapes and sizes, and it seems to be going for the festivals around the country. See you on the show!
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hello, I'm Kerry from Living in Loveliness and I'm delighted to be part of the Sewing Street team. I'm based in Wolverhampton and I absolutely love working with fabulous fabrics. In particular, I love working with fat quarters and showing you how to get the most from your scraps. I love bringing communities of sewers together and encouraging people to sew for greater causes. Most recently, we have been sewing for our NHS and key workers. I look forward to bringing you hints, tips and techniques. I'll see you soon.
Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck.
Hello, my name's Fiona Hesford and I'm founder of Sew Girl. I'm based down in Worthing on the south coast of England, and I've got a range of sewing patterns which I've developed over the last few years, which are projects for loose-fitting clothing, everyday, simple garments, things that I really love to wear myself. And I'm going to be bringing you them to Sewing Street over the next few months. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye!
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells.
My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great.
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
And it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited.
We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and gemporia.com.
Good morning, I'm John Cole Morgan and we've got a really fabulous sewing hour for you this morning with all our fabulous tools. Loads of wadding and really, really exciting stuff this morning. I'm going to start off with our rotary cutters. The first one we're doing is our 28mm ones. These are fantastic. I love these for foundation paper piecing. The first one that I'm going to show you is our clover one. Now what I love about these is the 28mm, the 45mm is the classic standard rotary cutter. So I'll just show you, this is the one I use all the time. Now what is, and we're going to come to that in a minute, but what I just want to show you is when it's on, when you're using it, it's quite a big blade to be able to maneuver. So if you're doing any sharp corners or you're cutting something small or you're using a curved ruler like those gorgeous Creative Grids oval rulers and things like that, the 45mm just kind of snags as you're turning round. These 28mm are absolutely brilliant for that type of thing. What's really great is if you're doing any form of foundation paper piecing, you will just easily be able to then get nice, close and personal. And having a slightly smaller blade, it just means you've got that ability of just doing a smaller cut. I don't know why, whether it's just, it just works so much easier having a slightly smaller blade, being able to do it. Because it's also easier to handle, it's a smaller project, if you're doing a smaller project, having a smaller blade and a smaller piece, it just feels so much better. But don't think by having a smaller blade, it's not as good quality. These blades are as sharp as the 45mm, as the 60mm. All it is what's so good is that if you're doing any form of applique as well, you're able to get those nice curves in a lot easier using a smaller blade, being able to get that sharper effect. Oops. Missed that first thread as you go in, but you're able to get that much sharper one than you are, so saying using the 45mm, which is also very good, but it's much more difficult to get that really sharp curved edge in it. I'm sure you can, but for me, I prefer using the smaller blade, being able to get something. And also if you're wanting to do any form of fussy cutting as well, so if we look at that beautiful little frog in there, Tula does these incredible frogs, using the smaller blade, you can just then angle along that vine a lot easier. Oh, I missed it at the end, but you can see what I mean. Just angling along that vine is a lot easier than when you're trying to do the same thing with a 45mm. Now, I use a 45mm every single day, but I do find trying to go through these angles, you see it when I'm trying to turn that edge. Once I've got there, it's gone a little bit past it. So I just think that the 45mm is fantastic, but the 28mm is just that little bit extra. It just does a different job completely. And if you're extending your kit and you are looking for different tools and things that you need to do, I use the 28mm for any of my applique, trimming anything really small that I want to make sure I get those right angles on. All of my foundation paper piecing, I find I use these. And I do actually have one that I do for paper piecing that uses paper, as well as one that just uses fabric, because I'm just a little bit like that. I need to have different tools for everything. And each one of these have got a little what are we calling it, a little slot, and I'll show you what I do with them, is you just get a little bit of off-cut of fabric, and you pop that through, and then I know that and I've got them color-coded in the studio, so I know that if it's got a certain color on there, that's only for paper, so you can just then hang this up, and they're really handy then, literally just tie a little knot in them, and you can hang those up anywhere you need to as well. The really, really fabulous little rotary cutter that. Now we have also got the Millwood, so the Millwood is £2 cheaper. I just think that for me, I prefer the Millwood products. I've always used the Millwood products. I think they're fantastic. There is very little difference between the two. Both does the same job. For myself, I think it's one of those personal choice ones. The Clover is really great. The Millwood I prefer. I always use the Millwood. I just have because it's habit. It doesn't mean it's any better or any worse. It's just habit on it, and I think they're really lovely products, these. Really great. Also the 28mm, it's got a really nice sharp blade on it, just like it does with all the rotary cutter blades. Really, really easy to use as well, to change. Exactly the same as you would a 45mm. You just undo the bolts, take it out, put that there, and go from there. So the 28mm for the Millwood range, a little bit cheaper, just as good, no different, oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, now of course I've undone this, and these tiny little, there we go, that washer, hopefully I've got that back in the right place there. Go on, undo it on air, John. What could possibly go wrong? There we go, back in place there. But now, talking about blades, we do also have, now one of the things that is really fabulous with these is you've got these 28mm blades by Clover that you can then change them with. Now, these, these are definitely, yes, they are completely universal, whether you're wanting to use the Clover or you're wanting to use the millwood. These blades will work with both. They're completely interchangeable between the two. And what I love is they've got these little plastic safety bits on. You can see that little orange bit there. That is really handy then to be able to change the blade. You can then pick that up and you put it on. You do it's just such a nice little protective blade way of doing that. It's really great. So that's the where you would be plopping it onto. That then just comes in. You can turn that, get it into position, and then you disconnect that to take it off. Because what I'm loving is when we've got on our fan page, we've got we monitor it all the time. So if you make a suggestion about what you'd like to see or what you'd like, we do watch it all the time, being able to see what it is people want and what we can bring in. And people have been asking repeatedly for different products. And one of those, sorry, I've just stood on something, I don't quite know what, there we go. When people ask for something, then we try and bring that in. And we've been asking for the rotary cutters, but obviously once you've got the rotary cutter, you need the replacement blades. And these are really good, and they're just fantastic quality. And now that you've got the blade protector to change it, it's fantastic. Sorry? And these are left and right handed, because all you're doing is you're just rotating it round that way, and you can use it in your left hand as well. So you don't have to worry about changing the blade with a Clover nor with a millwood. Both of them are left and right handed there. So really fabulous that. Sticking with rotary cutters today, we are doing our Fiskars rotary pinking blade here. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Sorry, I just realised I was playing with the product earlier and now I put it somewhere safe. We've got 45mm replacement blades. We had them on as our early bird yesterday, so have a little look at those. We've got those individually today as well. Now we've also got our 45mm rotary cutters. Now I think these are really important. You saw I was having a little bit of a go with Delphine earlier because she wasn't locking her blade. So I do, please be very careful. These are incredibly sharp instruments. You need to be careful and you need to be safe with them. This is the rotary cutter I learnt to quilt with. It is a fantastic rotary cutter. What is so great about it is if you forget to close it or lock it, it doesn't matter, because when you leave it, it's locked automatically. It's completely locked. To be safe and secure, because sometimes when we put things on top of things, we all do it in our sewing rooms, none of us are free of guilt on that. We put things down, sometimes if it's not locked, it can reactivate the blade. So it's got this wonderful little mechanism here that you can see if I push that, it pops out. Now the blade is completely locked. To release it, you just push that little red button in, and now it's completely usable there. This is the rotary cutter I learnt to quilt with. It is really safe. It's very easy to use. It's got a really great motion. It's very comfortable to hold. When you're using it, you've actually got to physically push this little black bit in to make it work. And it's not cumbersome to push in any way, because automatically when you are cutting, you are naturally going to squeeze your hand together anyway. It's just totally normal. This is really good to use for a left-hander as well, because all you do is you rotate your blade from this side to that side, and it's really simple to do. Very easy, quick and painless to do. Let's see if I can try and do this without causing their challenge. What could possibly go wrong? There we go. And then all you're doing is you put that there, put that there, rotate it round, put that there, and then you pop that little slide back in there, and then you just put your nut back on. And that is how simple it is to change it from left to right-handed. And then exactly, now I'm not left-handed, so I'm 90% sure I can do this. So I'm unlocking it as I normally would, and then you're cutting as normal. And I'm not left-handed, so that is, and I'm hearing from Hannah, who is left-handed, that that's very easy to do. Now I'm going to rotate this back before Debbie or Vicky turn around and say, what have you done? Why have you done it? So again, just to remind you how easy it is to switch it from left to right-handed. Really, really simple. You plop that back on there with the washer. And there we go. Might have to get Paul to show us how to do that as a separate video from changing from left to right-handed. And again, then it's really activated, ready to go. Very simple. Now, this is my preferred rotary cutter. This is what I use in my studio. I started learning with the Alpha. It's a really fabulous rotary cutter. As I do a lot of cutting, I found pressing the button on and off got a little bit cumbersome, but I cut enormous amounts of fabric every week. It's a huge thing. Sylvia in my studio uses this all the time. She prefers it. It's a personal choice thing. Now, this is a really good price point, and what's so good about this is to activate this rotary cutter, you're literally just going to push this button up, and then to release it and lock it, you've still got that click. So what I like about it is you've still got that click, but you've manually in charge of it. So I know, and I've just drummed it into myself, that when I do any form of cutting, the second I lift it up, I lock it. It is just instinctual now. Every time I do it, the only time my blade is open is when it's on the mat, and I lock it immediately afterwards. This is very comfortable to use. It's got some lovely cushiony grip bits over here. It's really, really handy. Again, left and right-handed is exactly the same. You just rotate the cutter. So that's right-handed, that's left-handed. So it's exactly the same. You don't need to rotate the blade at all. And it's just a really lovely, comfortable cutter to use. So for me, this is the one that I use as a standalone rotary cutter. Otherwise, I'm using my Fiskars combination tool. This is definitely a fabulous product, really easy to use. And these, again, those rotary cutter blades that I was saying to replacement, they fit with these and with the Alpha very, very easily. No need to get anything specific. They fit very, very comfortably in there as well. Now, the next thing we've had, which I adore, because I don't do dressmaking. I don't have... Oh, here we go. I'm going to use one of Delphine's little squares. So what we've got here is our rotating... the rotating blade, but it's a pinking shear. So this is the Fiskars... This is the Fiskars pinking shear rotary cutter blade. Now we have got other blades coming up, so we just wanted to show you this as an example. This is one single blade, and we've got this at $6.99 today. It's really, really good for any form of dressmaking because it stops you having any form of fraying on your fabric. So this one, it's quite simply, when you're wanting to do it, you're just simply going down your fabric, and when you've done it, you can see you've got this great edge there which doesn't fray. So that you'll be using for dressmaking. Really, really easy to allocate, to turn in and out. Literally just take it, turn that button. Exactly the same as changing a normal rotary cutter doing there. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to. Now, if you want to try a pinking blade, that one's great. But look at this bundle. So this is, you're getting 3 different types of pinking. Now I brought the leather out now. I was blown away by this earlier. So what you've got here, you've got 3 different types of blades. I'm just grabbing a piece of paper for a reason. So maybe you just want a pinking blade. So that's great. The pinking blade is in here. Exactly the same as what I showed you there. And you're getting that with the Fiskars is $6.99. Now you're getting a pack of 3. Oh, come on. There we go. Just activating the blades. So, how easy is it to do it? Because whenever I see these blades, I think, oh my goodness, that's going to be so difficult to put into my rotary cutter. So here I have an empty clover rotary cutter. No blade in it. Very simple. I now take this little bit off here. And then the screw is completely free. So the first one I'm going to do is my pinking blade. Now please be very careful, these are sharp. All I'm doing now is I'm popping that on there. Exactly the same type of blade we've just seen, but look, I'm popping that in. Hold that there, and now I'm rotating this round. And all I'm doing now is, just realize, there we go. This is a different make of blade. It does the same thing. So that is a normal pinking blade that we've got. Let me just show you a piece of fabric here. So if you're wanting to do any form of decorative cutting, stop your fabrics fraying, you've now got the wonderful piece there. Maybe you're a bag maker and you're not lining your bag, you just need some edging. That is the tool for you. But I'm now going to show you something that I was quite astonished by. Thinking of decorative edges. Now this is 100% leather, okay? Completely leather. You can see there's my suede side, there's my leather side. Brace yourself. Are we ready? Look at that. Look at that, it just complete, now that leather, you're not normally cutting leather with fabric like this, but because the leather doesn't normally fray. But can you imagine when you're doing your bag, popping that on as a decorative little feature when you pull your zip across, or just having a little decorative something with it. This pinking blade, so that's the pinking blade, that works beautifully for that. So that's the pinking blade on it. So that's the first of the blades in this combination here. Whoops, I did that a little bit too bravely there. So I'm going to show you the wavy one next, which is this one. Now please be careful when you take them out. They are still very sharp, be careful. And then this one again, it's so easy to do. You're literally just lining that up. You then pop your screw. You'll see that your screw's got a flat edge over there. You line that up with the flat edge of your rotary cutter. Once you've got that in, it slots in perfectly like that. And then you just tighten the nut over here. You'll feel that some resistance comes in on your blade, on your screw when you do that. So now we've got our wavy blade in. Now you've just got a much nicer, deeper line for deep decorative cuttings. Now imagine having these for details for bag. Oh, are people multi-buying? Oh, I'm loving that. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm just hearing now, what's a really good idea is if you're multi-buying these, maybe you want to put one collection ready just for leather and then another bit for fabric. That's such a great idea. Loving that. But now we've only done 2 of the 3 of this bundle. And again, look how easy it is to take this out. You're just literally rotating that until you can feel it's completely free and then popping that down. And it's such a great price point. If you just want to try it and give it a go, you know, maybe you just want to do the pinking blade, maybe spending that extra little bit, being able to do it, it's a great way of doing it. Because if you were thinking of getting the Fiskars one, the Fiskars one was $6.99, and this is, you're getting all 3 of these blades, the wavy, the pinking, and the skip blade, which I'm about to show you, and you're getting that for $9.99. So you are actually going to be doing, it's such a great investment. Now this, I am so in love with this, because this is the skip blade, and it's only for paper. So let me show you how that one works. So this is just a nice piece of photocopier paper. I've got my blade in. You can just see those skip things there. And all you're doing is as you go over it, what it's done is it's not cutting all the way through. It just perforates your fabric, your paper. So if you need to tear it off, you just then tear it as you go. Oh. There we go, we can get the focus on there, and you can see as I do that. Now, any form of dressmaking, this would work, but come on now, you all know how much I love my foundation paper piecing, going over all your hard lines. With that, when you want to tear your papers off, so if I've now got my, where's my little pen? There we go, I'm going to use that one. So I'm just going to draw a little line here to imagine my foundation paper piecing. So all you do is imagine those are already printed on your foundation paper piecing line. All I do then is I line this up there. I take my skip blade, I line that up, and then I put my skip blade along there, and then I move this as well. This is my second piece of foundation paper piecing that I'm going to be doing. Line that up against my ruler. And there we go. So then, when I've done my foundation paper piecing, all I do is I can then just tear these pieces out. And now when you get to that corner, you just put your finger on there, and you can see you've got this really crisp, clean point being able to do that. And then if I need to take this piece out, just this little piece here, you can then take your paper out, and you're still left with this split here. And imagine if you're a paper crafter, because I know a lot of us are multi-technique. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. We do different crafts. So doing all these multi-crafty. There we go. We're going to call it multi-crafty. We all multi-crafty. This would work really well for your paper crafting, any form of paper crafting. And for me, foundation paper piecing, being able to have that. But even if you're doing invitations to a party or to a wedding and you're making them yourselves and you need that little perforated edge for your RSVP, you just pop that on, you line your ruler up against the line, you do that, and then the invitation at the bottom saying yes or no, it just then easily tears off to do. Because most of us do, like, I know I made my wedding invitations, and that was just such a nice feature to be able to offer to people. And it looks a lot more professional than me taking my pin and sticking it in multiple times. Go and ask me how I know. So there we go. These are the 3 different blades that you're getting. And I can't rave about them enough. $9.99 for the 3 different blades. That's the wavy one there. You're not getting the rotary cutter. I've just left it in there. You're getting that skip blade in there, as well as the pinking blade. So you're getting all 3 of these rotary cutter blades today for $9.99. They'll come to you in a kit like that. This is one that I haven't quite opened just yet. So you can see, well, I have opened it, but I'm just hiding my little finger on it, pretending you don't notice. So that is that it wasn't meant to open. I opened the wrong one by mistake. Hannah and I stood across the room and both opened it at the same time. So it happens, it happens. So that is such a great product there for the rotary cutters. You've got all these wonderful blades and things there. I love these. But you see as well, a lot of people haven't tried rotary cutter blades, and these are such great value and really good products. It's a really nice way of being able to try it as well. Because imagine, most of us, when we were going to shops as well, you look at them and you see them and you're thinking, not quite sure. Now you know these are such a great price. You can see them in action. You know what they're doing. Because it's just, certainly a lot of people, when you look at a packet of blades like this, you're not thinking, oh my goodness, I can cut leather with that. I can do that for paper. It's got so many different features. And now that you're able to see it, it becomes a little bit more real to you as to how you can use it and what you're doing. Get your imagination going, especially with paper crafting as well. And just having that little, tiny little blade on there, being able to do it. The fact that I can use that for foundation paper piecing, I've already bought one because they're just such great quality, really, really a great value as well. And the pinking blade or the wave blade, oh, I'm loving that. We had a whole load of lavender ravioli on the other day. Imagine being able to use those and doing that wavy edge on there, because these work not only on leather but completely on normal fabric as well. So you can do them on anything, and being able to do those lavender raviolis were fantastic. Because I don't like the pinking shears are great and I absolutely love them, and we've got a fabulous thing, but I do have problems with my hands as well, so I find cutting loads of those out causes a problem for my hands. But with the rotary cutter, it's so much easier for me. I'm able to do that, and I get that gorgeous wave on it as well. And having the different size and the shapes as well works brilliantly. Love that. And well done if you've got that, and also well done if you've got our early bird. Don't hang around, it's my fave. So now over here you'll see I'm always working with this extra wide cutting mat. This cutting mat is 34 inches. Pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. 34 inches by 22. It's a really great size. It's a fantastic size because you can get width of fabric along here very easily, folding your fabric in half. So being able to cut long strips with the fabric for binding. It's really, really easy using this. It is a very robust mat, this. We've had it in the studio for, well, from day one, really. 5 months of it. It's just such a great mat, and it's self-healing, and you can see I'm rubbing it like this because I'm just astonished in what great condition it is, given the fact that I'm using it for 2-3 hours a day, our guests are using it for 2-3 hours a day, and we've been having them, well, this is the same mat we've had on air for, 5 months now, just over 5 months, and it's exactly the same mat, and look what great condition it's in. It's really, really good. This is the imperial side of it, and if I move these over, I can flip it over. You see, for me, I always get the biggest and best mats that I can A, afford, and B, I can fit on my table. And I've got a really big table, so I'm very lucky to be able to have one of these. But what's great is even if you don't have a place that you can leave it up all the time, this is the perfect size for, I would say, 99% of projects you'll be able to do on this. You've got the metric on one side, which is this side here, because most dressmakers are working in metric. And then on the other side, you've got the imperial. So if I flop that round, this is the imperial side. And you'll see as well, over here we've got the readings going from 1 all the way to 16. I'm just using a section of the mat. The mat goes up to 34 in total. But the other side, you'll see there's a little circle above it that goes from 18 to 34. So if you are left-handed, you are then easily able to use the mat both ways, and you've got the numbers in both directions, being able to do it. Even if you're not left-handed, if you're starting using something on this side of the mat that you're cutting the fabric this way, or you're starting on the other side of the mat, over here, cutting this way, you've got the measurements on both sides because it's completely user-friendly from both angles. You've got your 60, 45 degree and 30 degree angle over here, your 60, 45 and 30, but you've also got it, if I slide the mat over to this side, you see as well, we've got it on this side, we've got the 60, 45 and 30 as well. So you've got it in both corners, which makes life a lot easier, that you're not always having to turn your mat around. It's always there available for you to use. Now, we talk a lot about quilters using a cuttering mat with a rotary cutter and a ruler, but dressmakers and bag makers, they use these as well because they're a big piece. When you're cutting your pattern out, this is a really easy way to be able to use your rotary cutter to be able to cut your pattern out on these as well. And it's a really big size that it will cover most of the pieces of the pattern you're needing to do. Because you can imagine if you're trying to pin these on your French polished dining table and things, you're going to cost more money to repolish your table than it is for one of these. Now, if you haven't got a place that you can leave these all the time, don't worry. You've got a sofa. This can go under your sofa. If you don't have a sofa, pop it under your bed. Pop it between your mattress and your divan. It's really easy to store these as long as you keep them flat. Don't leave it up against a wall because it will bow, and we don't want that because it's sometimes a little bit difficult to get that distorting out. But honestly, anywhere flat, and when I had it in the house, I stored it underneath the sofa. It was just so easy to do, and you don't even see it then as well. And it's a great way of being able to keep it flat and keep it in your house. And because most of us are using dining room tables, kitchen tables, it's a good size so you can fit it on the table. You just unfortunately can't just leave your dining room table and kitchen table only for sewing all the time. So we have to move things along. Really great way of doing that. Also great for doing puzzles. If you're looking for puzzles, you can leave it on there and again underneath the sofa when you're finished and you don't lose any of your pieces. Now, if you're wanting something slightly smaller, but I adore these. These are one of the most fabulous ones, is the rotating cutting mat. Now, first of all, and I know everybody always laughs at me when I do this, but it is so much fun being able to just go like that. I love it. It's just one of the most silly little things that I do, but I love these because they are so user-friendly. They are so skinny as well. When I turn it that way, you'll see just how skinny it is as well. So it's very, very easy for you to travel with them. They are 12 inches square. Now, what's great about these is if you're cutting let's say we're going to cut a square. Oh, I'm grabbing a little piece of fabric here. Don't tell Delphine I've been into her little room and stolen a piece of her fabric. So now what we're doing is we're going to cut a 2.5 inch square. Let's just cut a 2.5 inch square. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do a 2 inch square just simply because I don't have a big enough piece of fabric. And I'm going to use one of my 28mm rotary cutters. So actually, I'm going to do this as a 1.5 inch piece. There we go. I'm being silly. Helps if I turn the ruler the right way around. So there we go. We're going to do a 2 inch piece. So you can see there's my 2 inch square. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go there. Now, we all are very, very used to turning around and going like this and cutting towards us and being unsafe. Cut a finger off. Don't. Be safe. We've cut our first edge. I've cut my second edge. So now I've got two completely square edges there. Rotate it now, okay? Now you take your ruler. We're cutting a 2 inch square. So this ruler is so good as well because there you go, 2 inches, 2 inches. You line that up with the edge of your fabric. I'm going to try and there we go. Line that up perfectly. And now I cut that edge. You don't even have to move anything. There we go. and you've got the perfect 2-inch square, and you've done it safely. You haven't caused any, you've not been cutting at different angles to be able to get it, and it's just so much easier to do it. So for me, I love that because you can cut the squares safely. Anything that you are cutting, if you're going to be cutting different hexagons or whatever, if you're wanting to fussy cut. So let's say, for example, I'm wanting to free motion this. Now forgive me because I'm not really very good at this, but if I do that and I get there, I can then stop, rotate my blade, and I can then carry on cutting. I'm finished, I rotate round, I stop, I get there, I'm not quite finished, I can change direction, and it's just such an easier, it's so much easier having the mat to move rather than having to then try and move the fabric around like this. It's such a great mat to be able to do something with, and I just think it's one of those key products that I know that I use all the time. Foundation paper piecing is also very good with this as well, and even if whatever you're doing, whatever project, 12 inches square is a good size, and most of the pieces that you're cutting will be able to go on there. So if you've only got a small space, this is perfect for you as well. What I've got in my studio, I keep saying all the time, I've got my little mat, I've got my sewing machine, and I've got my iron. And I do use a 12-inch rotating cutting mat to cut all my pieces on this little piece of cutting board there, because most of the projects that I'm doing, if I'm doing chain piecing, squaring up half-square triangles, oh my goodness, best way ever, because you literally just put the triangle on there, cut the 2 sides, rotate it, cut the next 2 sides. It's just so much easier than having to lift the fabric up and down all the time. I like less steps in my process as well. So the rotating cutting mat, definitely the way to go with that. Now you saw me using this fabulous ruler. This is our early bird today. $14.99 for our Creative Grids ruler today. 6.5 by 12.5 inches. Such a great size. You've still got all that fabulous Creative Grids technology. As you know, most sides of your ruler, this is the shiny, slippy side. If you're using that at any time, any normal ruler, you can see that moves a lot. If I rotate that, you can see we've got these non-slip grip technology dots over here. If I put those down on the mat and I'm trying to move it, you can see it's not moving anywhere near as much. And as I'm doing this, I'm watching my Aurifil shake in the corner there. There's Tula waving at you over there. Sorry, Tula. Not saying anymore. Go look on the website. That is our fabulous early bird today. I can't believe they've got it on. We always sell so well with these. I don't know why they put it on as an early bird. But you're able to save £3 by doing it. So we've had less than a third of the stock left at the beginning of the hour. So do make sure you check out your basket if you haven't already. Now we've got our friction pens, and I am so excited about our friction pens. Now I forgot to turn the iron on, so I will be just going down to the basement to turn that on. Be right back. Hopefully you haven't got a nice big echo. And I'll bring my iron up while I'm doing that. And I've got my June Taylor as well. Now, these friction pens, they are fabulous. Friction pens, if you haven't used them before, what they are is a pen that you can, actually it's not only on fabric. So I'm going to start off by showing it to you on paper, because most people don't know you can use the friction pens on paper. One of the funniest stories I've heard recently is a little boy did his homework, all written out beautifully, all done in friction pens, and then he went to laminate it, and as he put it through the laminator, it completely evaporated, and he just laminated an empty sheet of paper. Poor boy, can you imagine? So when he did that, that's the thing. With this, when you're drawing, so I can draw anything like that, on paper, you can then iron that, and it's gone. But let's say you don't want to iron it. Oh, there was some schmutz on the iron there before, so I'll turn the paper around. That's a very good point. Very good point. I'm just hearing now, if you actually then go and write on a hot area, it's not going to work because it'll evaporate as you're doing it. Good tip. That's why we're a team over here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to write hello. But what I do now, I'm going to just slide the June Taylor because I need a little bit of a hard surface to do this. On the edge of your friction pen, you've got this lovely little, it feels like one of those erasers, but what you do now is you just go and you can literally rub out what you've written. So I can do hello. So if you're doing any form of measurements or writing that you want to then just do as a temporary thing, you can then erase it afterwards very, very comfortably. And you can see it just completely goes away. But equally, if you need to, you just use the iron. Pop the iron on, and it goes away. I'm loving ironing paper. It's brilliant. So that's the paper version. So that works very, very easily on paper. They were originally developed for paper. Now, one thing just to be aware of, if you are going to be ever doing a project where you are drawing on fabric and being able to do this, if it does go into an extreme temperature situation like 0 or around there, or being directly under an air conditioner, please be aware that the friction pains can come back. So we always say to you, make sure you test these perfectly. The advantage of that is if you do accidentally draw everything out already, forget, iron something onto it, oops, you then go and put it in the freezer and it will come back. So you are able to get it back. The disadvantage is if you don't want it to and it does come back, that's bad. So test your fabrics on all the way you're doing it. Now with the fabric, when you're wanting to do it, I'm using the black pen here because in the set there are a pack of 4. You can, as I'm drawing there, so I'm getting quite a thick line on there. So you can see I'm doing quite a nice thick line on that. So I am going to try the rubber on it. Doesn't work quite as well. It is erasing a little bit. But the best thing about it is you can see it there. Now you see it. Now you don't. It's literally that easy. It is so, so simple. So that was our black one. You can see I've just chosen different pens that show it very well. They were developed for paper crafters, but of course we've got all these people going across the different crafting industries and crafting technologies that they then decided, oh, let's try it on fabric, and they did. And it does work. You can see here I'm drawing, oh, you might not be able to see that quite as clearly, so I'll do a double line there. And you can do as much as you like. You can, noughts and crosses, that's a good idea. So you can see it's quite simple. And if I just want to erase some of the lines, you just take the little nose of your iron and you're able to do it, and then just leave a little section in there. So there you go there. But if you then think, no, I want all of it gone, there you go. It's all gone. So that was our red pen. So we've got 4 different pens in this collection. We've got the black pen, which I've shown you, the red pen. Now I'm going to show you, this is going to be quite warm, so I'm finding different patches in the iron. There we go. So this is now where I'm going to use my green pen on the Tula Pink Bananas. So you can see that green pen shows up really, really well. I feel like we should do a noughts and crosses on it. Maybe I'll do it on the cream. So that's where you are there, and that's the green pen. And there you go. But now, the only reason I'm using the green pen was because the green didn't show up quite as well on this one. But that's why you've got a bundle of them. So if I do the red pen as well, you can see now, remember that is warm, which is why it's not drawing out quite as well. And you can see, it just disappears completely on it. The last colour you're getting in here is the blue. Now remember, I've just drawn on the, used a hot iron on all these different sections. So I'm trying to find a cool section of my ironing board to be able to do this. This is now the blue one, because I did think to myself, oh, that works fine on the coloured fabrics. What's it going to be like on a, it's on a, just a, what are we, is this Osnaburg? It's either an Osnaburg or a canvas. I think it might be Osnaburg, but I might be wrong. But you can see it's not very thick. You can still see through it. So then I thought, well, let's do a little noughts and crosses thing here. So I'm going to go noughts, cross, noughts, cross, noughts, cross, noughts, cross, noughts. There we go. I win. Woohoo! But I'm going to use the blue. I'm also going to do the red. So you can see I'm trying to do all these colours to see how it's going to work. Because I think as well, on a clear piece of fabric like this, I want to see, is it going to work? Isn't it? Right, we ready? Now, it didn't, and there's nothing left. There's nothing left. It's completely and utter. The camera got all confused there because it didn't. It was like, what? Even the camera was like, huh? So it's just such a fabulous, fabulous set of pens, these. I'm just going to the basement to go and take out the iron before I set fire to the set or damage one of Delphine's lovely projects under there, because that would really get me in trouble. So there we go. You can see, and again, you can see there's nothing on here. There's no residue. It's perfect. But do test these on all the fabrics you want to use it on, just like with anything you'll be doing. Just test it. It's a really, really lovely product. You're getting all 4 of these pens today in a bundle. Really great. You've got the blue, the red, the black, and the green. They're really comfy to hold as well, and it just writes like a normal ballpoint pen. And then again, we've got that little eraser section there. I don't quite know how to describe it. It's not squishy, it's not firm. It's just, you can, when you're rubbing your finger on it like that, it just feels like it's a bit like an eraser. It's fab. Really, really good. And you saw on paper it works, on fabric it works. Test it on your fabrics first. $14.96 for all 4 of those. Such a great deal and really, really usable. You saw that there. Really great. Now I am so excited. We've got waddings. Waddings. So with this, right. I've been thinking about how best to do this because I don't think people actually register just how much fabric, how much wadding you're getting with this. So what I'm doing here, as most of you saw yesterday, this is our block of the week, our second block of the week, and we have 3 of these to do. Right, so what I'm going to do next is, this is the 80/20 Hobbs Heirloom king-sized 80/20 wadding. So this is 3 meters by 3 meters. That's 120 inches by 120 inches. Now I think a lot of people, you may have seen me on Thursday, I think it was, where I literally made a wadding mountain in our studio. And I was so excited. I love doing things like that. But I wanted to show you something different now. This is 120 inches by 120 inches. And I think a lot of people can't quite visualize what that is. So what I'm going to do is, we unfolded one the other day, and what we've done, I'm not going to unfold it again because it's 3 meters by 3 meters, which is bigger than our set. So what I'm going to do is, you can see there, I'm folding it in half. So that's half. Get it to the other side to get in half. Right. So, come on. We're almost there. Not really, but almost. Right, so that's half. Come on. Anybody else talk to their inanimate objects? So what I'm doing is, I've got my half edge there and my half edge there, and I'm going to put those together. So I've got a quarter to make a quarter. Okay, so that's how wide a quarter is. And that's how wide a quarter is. Now, will this work? Fingers crossed. And by that I mean, I know it's going to work because the math is right. I'm just worried I'm going to knock off all my Aurifil. So that is a quarter. Now this is our block of the week from yesterday. This finishes at 57 inches. That's a big quilt. Now, I haven't lost any Aurifil yet. Look at that. This is perfectly big enough size for you to take it to your long arm quilter to be quilted. Okay, so that's the width of it. I'm not doing any funny tricks. All I'm doing is pulling it up from the bottom. And you can see you've got enough to do, so 1/4 of this is enough to do the block of the week. So one of these pieces will be able to do 4 quilts, which are 57 inches square. Now that is a really big quilt. So you've seen the first one. Let me show you the second one. So you'd still be able to do this. So this is again our block of the week. So this is the size of the block of the week. Again, that's another one of your quilts done. And then you've got a third one. Because obviously when you go to your long arm, they're always a long armor, they're going to ask for space on the edges. I'm leaving you spaces on the edges for your quilting there. So there's your third quilt, also 57.5 inches square, 57 inches square. And then you've still got enough for a 4th quilt. So I think it's really important that people see that although it's rolled up in a tiny little ball there, you've got enough for 4 57-inch quilts in that. And it's £37.99. Now, I'm sorry, I don't know about you, but I think that's a really phenomenal deal. And I think it's important people see exactly what you're getting. Because when you just cover the set like that in a mountain of wadding, you think, lots of wadding, that means nothing to me. Now, by folding it in quarters, you can see how big it is. Maybe you're not doing such a big quilt. Maybe you're just doing these for baby quilts. You've got 9 1 meter square pieces in there. So if you're doing a meter square quilt, you've got enough in here for 9 of them. So if you look at £37.99 divided by 9 quilts, you're paying just over, what's that, £4? Just over £4 for the wadding for your quilts. This is 80/20 Hobbs Heirloom Premium Wadding, and you're paying £4 for the wadding on a metre square quilt. That is an incredibly good saving. I don't know what wadding you normally use, but you're paying a lot more than a metre square for it, in my opinion. So this is really, really great. Now, perhaps, like my friend Angie, you don't use the 80/20 wadding. You only use the poly down. This is the same size, so you would still get 4 of our block of the weeks out of that. You'd also get 9 1 meter quilts out of that. This is now $29.99 there for the same size. This is just 100% polyester, and it gives you that nice squishy 3D feel when you're doing that for any form of quilting. So that's $29.99 for you today. Now, if you don't want something quite so big, we also have the queen size wadding for you, 80/20. Stay. Thank you. So we've also got the 80/20 wadding. This is the Heirloom by Hobbs as well. So it's Hobbs Heirloom Premium cotton batting here. Also 80/20, really great feel. It's got a really silky smooth finish. This is 90 inches by 108 inches, and that's $32.99. The great thing about this is when you're quilting with the 80/20, it gives you that really soft, beautiful feel to it. It's got that sort of vintage look to it, so it's really, really great. This is the one I personally prefer. They're on their way. So I'm pointing over there because something's about to fly at me. Come on, throw it, throw it, throw it. So that was why, sorry, I just had to do that because I was standing over there and he was trying to figure out, just throw it. And I can catch things, who knew? So we're going to start the 80/20 or the polyester? 80/20. So we've got this fabulous, fabulous wadding as well. Now this is just a different brand. This is also 80/20. This is 90 inches by 108. So it's the same size as the one we just had on previously. This is the So Simple Super Soft. This is £44.99 for this one. Slightly more expensive, just a totally different brand on it. The Hobbs one is different. It's a personal choice on which one you prefer. And this one's £44.99. So it's again really big size, 90 by 108. So you can still get a 45-inch by 50-inch quilt out of this very, very comfortably. You get 4 of those. Really great price on that, really good. So that's that one. And then we've got the same size in the 100% polyester, 108 by 90. Really, really great that. So again, oh, no, there we go. That is the polyester one. Now, what I like about this is $29.99 then for the 90 by 108 inches. What I do think is really good is if I show these two side by side, this is the 80/20 that I use. This is the 80/20 I use. This is the polyester that my friend Angie uses. Now, Angie only uses this one because you can see just in the bag how you get that puffed up 3D effect on it, whereas mine's got that simple drape in it. I prefer this because that's just my preference, but the polyester, you can see it perfectly in the bag. It's literally just bursting out of it because that's the natural form of this polyester, which gives you that beautiful 3D effect on it when you do your quilting on it. So there are definite benefits for having the polyester because you get that wonderful 3D effect on it when you do your quilting. This one's 90 inches by 108, and that's $29.99. So simple, super soft. And it flies through the air really well. I'm going to get into trouble for that. Oops. Right, so last one we've got is the Hobbs Poly Down polyester. This is the crib size, so 45 inches by 60. We did the Victoria Carrington quilt a couple of weeks ago. This would have fitted perfectly for that one. And this one is also the polyester, which my friend Angie only uses. And this is only $8.99 today. Maybe you just need a tiny little bit of wadding. That's perfect. Nice little crib size wadding there for $8.99. We do also have the 80/20 polyester, 80% cotton, 20% polyester Hobbs heirloom premium, that's the word I was looking for. Heirloom premium crib size, 45 inches by 60, and that's £10.99 as well. So do check the website out for that one as well. Really, really good, that. It's exactly the same size as this. This is the polyester one. The 80/20 one is somewhere. We're not sure where. It's over here. This is the problem when you've got loads of wadding. You just put it in one little safe place and can't find it then. Sorry about that. That's my fault. Sorry. Now, I am so excited about this little tool because this is the micro stitch tool. And what is so lovely about this is, first of all, what is it? So, this is it. It is effectively, and I'm going to call it this and I shouldn't, it's a mini gun. It's one of those little guns where you can see it's got a nice little sharp point. If you're going to be doing any form of quilting and you're putting it through your machine, if you don't like using your 505 and all your curved safety pins, you just like to be able to do a very, very simple. You've got your top there, you've got your back there, and you've got your wadding in the middle. This tool is so great because you've got these wonderful little tacks, and what happens is you just pop your sharp little needle. This needle over here is very sharp. You just pop it through your fabric and you fire. If I do that the other way, you'll be able to see, there we go, you can see that my little blades come through there, and as I fire through, you'll see there's this tiny little tack there, being able to do it. Really, really good. So you can see that this tack, what that does, first of all, it's really simple to use. So let me do a whole row of these. So you can see I'm trying to stay in amongst this line. I'm not putting them very far apart. So I'm just putting a little line. And what this is doing is it's simply basting your quilt top ready for you to quilt. So I'm just going to do a little row of these. And all you're doing is literally, you're not doing anything more than just turning the back fabric forward and it's tacked. So when I pick this top piece up, you can see when I do that, it's completely tacked together. So what I love is the fact that if you're doing any form of quilting, these are already basted down for you. So you can just carry on going all the way through your quilt, putting these in as far apart as you feel comfortable with, and you're just tacking them as you go. You don't have to have any order to them. And once I've got them in, you can see it is so easy to do. You can just see that blade coming through the back. And then my quilt is completely basted. And how much quicker is that than lying on the floor trying to get it all tacked up so beautifully? Now, when you are finished, this blade is incredibly sharp. You've got this wonderful rubber stopper. Make sure you pop that on there to keep it nice and safe and secure. But what's so great is this is now completely secure to be able to do any form of quilting. So when I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Now how the heck do I take them out? That is the easiest bit of all of it. You literally just take one in between your hands. If you don't want to use a pair of scissors, you literally just hold them there and you pull it. And it snaps off. You may have even heard that little snap. And you just do that. If you don't want to do that, you just take a pair of scissors. I'm not going to use those ones. Just take a little pair of scissors and you can just cut these off the top. But for me, I find it very satisfying just going through and pulling these tacks out. Only got a few more to go. Oops. I think I've got them all. And then you can see I've totally separated them off. I've not tried this before. I'm going to give it a go. 1, 2, 3. It's done. Oh my gosh, that worked. I did not expect you to do that. Obviously, if you've quilted it, you can't do that because you're going to tear your fabric. But you can see the tacks hold the fabric really, really firmly, but not firmly enough for you not to be able to get the pins out afterwards. But ask me how I know. If you have tacked your quilt in with the fabric on the back the wrong way round, and you do actually need to untack all of it, when you are dealing with your frustration at your own wonderful mastery of intelligence, just pulling them that way just makes you feel that little bit better about having made a mistake. And it doesn't damage your fabric in any way whatsoever. And when I've done that, you can see there's no damage to this fabric at all. It's just the same as putting a needle through your fabric. And because this is such a sharp, pointy blade, blade and it's so small, it's not causing any damage to the weave of your fabric at all. So this is coming through as a kit today. And the kit that we've got, it has, I'm just trying to remember, is it there we go, 1,080 of these different, what we're calling micro stitches. And these are, sorry Paul, I'm messing a shot up. I forgot to take these out before you did that, sorry. There we go. So you can see you're getting this wonderful gun as your tool. You've got this blade over here, you've got the stopper. So you can see this really sharp blade over there. And then you've got the stopper to keep it safe. This is where you load your blades, your micro tacks into. You're getting a whole load of these micro tacks, 1,080 of them. This is our sample that we've got in the studio, so we have used a load of these, but you're getting 1,080 of them. I think you're getting 540 of the white and 540 of the black. So you can see there's a load of them, and that is a lot of tacks. So you can tack a whole load of these. It's just the most fantastic tool to be able to base your quilts, get them nice and secure, and being able to make sure that you're using it nice and easy. And you can see they're really easy to take apart as well. So next we've got the Dragon Hour. No mother-in-law jokes. So oh, and elephants. I didn't know there were elephants. Elephants! I love a heifer lump. Love a heifer lump. So we will be back at 10 o'clock with that with Delphine. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday.
Hello, my name's Jenny McCreary and I am a guest designer on Sewing Street. A little bit of an introduction into me and who I am. I've got some questions here I'm going to answer. What do I specialise in? Dressmaking, 100%. It's my favourite thing. Made this wee guy behind me here. I absolutely love it. Bikinis, underwear, dresses, hair accessories. Does that count as dressmaking? Maybe not. I love homewares as well, to be fair. I'm not an expert in homewares. I would say I'm an expert in dressmaking. Quilting is the one thing I do not do yet. There's still time. I'm really worried. I don't want to get into quilting because I know that it is. There's just so much to it, and I'll get right into it, and then might leave dressmaking behind. I'm not really finished with dressmaking yet, so dressmaking is my thing. I got into sewing. This is quite a common one actually. It was for Halloween costumes. So I wanted to be the Tooth Fairy. My mum had a sewing machine. She knew how to use it, and I used it to make a tutu. That was the first thing I ever made. And then I realised I loved clothes, I loved fashion, and I then went on to study at university after school. So I studied fashion business, and now I do it for a job. What a dream. Something unexpected about me that is sewing related. Probably back in 2011, I think it was, when the royal wedding was about to happen in April. It was Kate and Will's wedding. A customer of the place I worked at the time challenged me to make the dress live. So nobody knew what the dress looked like, and I made it in 8 hours live while I was watching. So everyone else was having a nice wee day watching the royal wedding, and I was like sweating, it was roasting. Some newspapers came to watch as well. Yeah, that was interesting. I made it in 8 hours. Sewing tip that I would share with you guys, one thing that I share with my customers a lot is not to get too hung up on trying to learn everything. You will never know everything about sewing. It's impossible. There's so much new stuff happening all the time, and new techniques and new tools and all that sort of thing. Just give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? See, as long as you're using a fabric that's not like wild expensive, and it's not going to be too much of a loss if it doesn't quite go to plan, then just give it a go. You'll learn so much just by giving things a go. My claim to fame, that is a hard one. Oh wait, obviously my claim to fame is being a guest designer on Sewing Street, right? That's it. I do actually tell people that all the time when they say, tell me something unusual about you. That's it. Another claim to fame, a sewing related one, I own the UK's only sewing tuition franchise. I suppose that's nice. No one else has that. I've done other TV before as well. I've done some game shows. You can look it up if you want. I have done some game shows before. I love TV, it's great fun. I am looking forward to sewing with you guys soon on Sewing Street.
It's my favourite slide. Christmas is coming. Sorry, I adore Christmas and it's coming up soon. Stay tuned. But speaking of staying tuned, Delphine is back. I'm so excited. And we've got the most amazing little bundle here for you here. What I'm going to do first of all is just say, when you do get this, if you're buying the elephant bundle or you're buying the dragon bundle, you're getting exactly the same instructions. So although your elephant bundle may have a dragon on the front and it may say hot tomato or whatever the colours are on the inside, it is exactly the same for the elephant as the dragon. You're going to get these instructions for both, so don't worry. So the first thing we're going to do is look and see what we are making. Look how cute that is. Sorry, Paul, I'm messing up your shot there. Look how cute these gorgeous little dragons are. They are so adorable. So not only are we making this wonderful cushion, we've got this fabulous wall hanging or quilt. It's a nice good size for a kid for a quilt. And you've got the wonderful bunting as well. Really, really sweet. Where's the... I hadn't noticed our little dragon in a frame. Oh, that's adorable. That's not in the instructions, but it's a nice little add-on that you can do. I hadn't noticed that. I still want to keep that on set all the time. That is so adorable. So let's start off by what you're getting. We'll start off with the dragon bundle. First thing you're going to get is the instructions. So we've got the wonderful set of instructions and they're very, very clear. Loads of different ways of doing it. All 3 makes are in here. Really great value as well, really good, and you can see loads of really good pictures as well. Really detailed, very, very good on that. So the next we have this fabulous panel, brand new today. Oh my goodness, it's huge. No, oh, and I've just dropped the instructions on the floor. Let's do that again. Just went down to the basement. So this, oh my goodness, look how cute that is. That is so, so adorable. So this panel is 90 centimeters wide by 42 inches wide. And you can see all the different detailing on there. They're really sweet. So that is the panel. And I just love the fact that she's used every single scrap of it, making these cute, cute makes. And I have to say, this little one is so adorable. Look how adorable he is. They've all got little personalities there. Look how happy he is. And this one looks all eager and excited. But can you imagine these as cushion fronts? These are really sweet. Oh, look at this coy little one over there. You could even embroider children's names on here as well. Or they could name their little dragons as little friends. They're so sweet. And it just and the main panel tells a whole little story as well. It's just adorable. And look, they're all so happy. Now you're going to be able to make 3 really good projects on this as well. But you can see you've got the wonderful cushion. You've got this, which is either a wall hanging or a quilt. You've got the bunting. You've also got leftover to be able to make that. And all of these projects, you're going to have enough fabric to be able to make this. $29.99. Such a fantastic deal. For grandkids' rooms as well. Can you imagine decorating your grandkids' room? Having something nice, instead of decorating the whole room, this is just a nice way of being able to personalise it. So that's just the panel. I haven't even got into the fabric yet. Next, you're getting a 1/2 metre of the dragon. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, this is only available in the bundle. If you do multi-order, you are going to have these individually packed. They are going to come to you pre-cut. You won't get them, you won't be able to get a metre piece if you like. So these are already pre-cut into 1/2 meters. And again, look at the little personalities on each of these. Just look at the detailing and these cute little things. Look, these just lit out a little tiny flame. It's just so, and there's a bigger flame. They're just so adorable. And it's just a nice way of just giving your room a little bit of life, changing things around a little bit. Really sweet. So you're getting a 1/2 metre of that. You're then getting a metre of our hot tomato. So that's a metre of the fabric there, not 1/2 metre, that's a metre. As well as 1/2 metre of our misty blue. So that's a metre of hot tomato, 1/2 metre of the misty blue, so that's your 1.5 metres there. You're also getting your panel, but you're also getting 1/2 metre of this. So I actually think there's an error on our graphic there. You're actually getting 2 metres of fabric, not 1.5 metres. So you're actually getting 2 metres of fabric, the panel, as well as the instructions. And the instructions go and make the cushion, they make that quilt, as well as the bunting. And also then you've got fabric left over to make lovely little things like that as well. $29.99. So that's our dragon version. We've also got a different colourway here and a different panel. These are our elephants. I'm going to pop our little dragons back up there. They're so cute. Now remember again when I mentioned before, the instructions, these are the instructions you're going to get. They're exactly the same for the elephant as they are for the dragon. So when you get the instructions, they will be the dragon ones, but they're exactly the same. You're doing exactly the same. The measurements are the same. The panel's the same. You're just cutting it out. And instead of having dragons, you'll have elephants. Right. Oh. Now, I have to say, I haven't even seen this. This is the first time, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. This is one of the cutest panels we've ever had, and we've never shown this before. But look at that. Oh my goodness, I don't even have a grandchild or a baby and I want one. Oh my gosh, how cute are they? Oh, I'm in love with this. This is so adorable. Love that. This is the first time we've ever had this panel in. Oh my gosh, look how adorable they are. I love him. I think I love him. He's so cute. Look at the little faces. Like the dragons, they've got little personalities. Look, little happy elephant. Oh, it makes me remember home because all the African countrysides look like that. Oh, they're adorable. And the thing is, well, you can make so much with these. They're absolutely adorable. Look how happy he is. Now, unfortunately, there's no other way you can get this panel other than in this bundle, but such a great deal in this bundle. So you're getting that fabulous panel. That really is one of the best panels we've had on. That is excellent. So now we're also getting, so not only are you getting that wonderful panel and those instructions, remember they will have a dragon on it, not the elephants. You're also getting a 1/2 meter of this wonderful elephant fabric. Look at that. They are so sweet. Oh, I love this. I want this as a backing. That is so sweet. So I'm hearing, I don't want to let them know because I want to buy it. Oh no, I'm not going to get any. Okay, so this fabric here, this gorgeous elephant fabric, I'm devastated because I know it's going to sell out and I can't get any. This is available by the 1/2 meter. So you can get this by the 1/2 meter now. We haven't got a graphic for this, so we're going to have to... Oh, we're not. Oh, we're being very naughty. Being very naughty. We are not meant to be offering this because we haven't got a graphic for it. And we haven't got a graphic for it. Them upstairs don't know. So I'm going to read out the digits now. Get a pen, get a paper. Come on, get your pen and paper. Write this down and we can get this down. So you're looking for H for hotel, M for Mike, Y for Yankee, H for hotel, 75. This is going to go really quickly. There are only 20 meters of this, so there are only 40 units. If you do buy these, they're going to come to you individually. If you order 4 units, that'll come to you as a 2-meter piece. But I thought we might as well just mention it to you. I wish you hadn't, because I would have gone and bought all 20 meters of it because it's so adorable. Love that. So back to the bundle. The only way you can get the panel is in the bundle. We do have a little bit of this left over, so make sure you go and check that out. Then you're getting 1/2 meter of our Misty Blue, and then we're getting 1 meter of the vanilla, lemon, then 1 meter of the lemon. So you're getting 1.5 meters of our coordinates. You're getting 1/2 meter of this beautiful elephant coordinate. So you're getting 2 meters of fabric there. You're also getting this fabric panel, as well as this bundle, the instructions. Now remember, your instructions for the elephant will come with the Dragon Quest, the dragon on the front. It's going to be called Dragon Quest, but it's exactly the same. The panel size is the same. Everything's the same. You'll just cut it out with your elephants. $29.99. Again, you're going to be able to make a fabulous cushion, but obviously with the elephants on, you'll be able to make this wonderful quilt / wall hanging as well, but with the elephants, and the bunting again with the elephants, and you'll have enough fabric to do that, and you'll have a little bit left over. Oh my goodness, I'm not surprised. I haven't even finished telling you, and 1/3 of the stock of both bundles have gone already. Not surprised, not surprised. It's the price and the quality. But if you're looking to do the kids' rooms and you can't quite afford to redecorate everything, this just livens it up. It gives it a little bit of life, give it something different. If you're going away on holiday, you can do something really fun for the kids to take as well. They can each take their little cushion, their little quilt. It's a nice way of being able to do it. If you have got a mother-in-law that you think might be a dragon, you never know. A little lap quilt, that could work quite well. I'm going to get fired for that, but I apologise. No offence is intended. But mother-in-laws, there's always that lovely relationship sometimes, isn't there? Maybe a mother-in-law would like to buy it for their daughter-in-law, son-in-law. You never know. Lots of options, all available. Now, we're just going to do a very quick video on how to buy with us while we get Delphine on to do some demos.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
And we're back!
Hello
Delphine
again.
is back, and I've got my elephants. I'm so excited.
It's so cute.
How wrong would it be if I did a little purchase while I'm talking to you with my account?
No, you carry
Get
on.
some of these elephants.
carry on.
Aren't these just adorable? How on earth did you come up with all of these?
The ideas of doing these.
Yes.
I don't know. I just
You're very clever.
just do my thing, cut it up and see what happens and hope for the best.
Well, hope for the best. It's gorgeous.
I think also working with the different colours because I've got two young boys myself.
Yes.
And
how old are they?
5. Louis is 5
Yes.
and Charlie's 8.
Morning, Louis.
Hi.
Morning, Charlie.
And when we moved house, actually, when we had Louis, we live in a new build and we didn't have time to decorate it and things like that. So it was just a magnolia box. And I think making, like you say, even if you wanted to redecorate, you can keep changing things around. So I think having just these will just completely change your room without having to decorate it.
Exactly.
So.
And such a great price as well, because I found
Really
with
good.
my godchild, we've been able to try and make things for him. Like I know there was an Angry Birds period, and then there was a Minecraft period. But by the time you've made something really intricate,
They
bored
move
with that
on.
now, bored,
Yeah.
not interested.
Yeah.
And this is such a great valued item to be able to make something that they use for a few months and they love. It's just perfect.
And I think when because nursery sets are expensive, and to be able to make them yourself, and you know you're going to get the quality, you know you're going to get the sewing's going to be much better.
But it's also you know what's in it as well.
Exactly.
You've got good
Yeah.
quality wadding, you've got good quality cushions. It's perfect.
It does make a difference.
So what are you going to make for us?
So I thought, well, I'm going to be quite ambitious this morning. I think I want to try and do, using this, I'm going to make this. And hopefully...
Right, I've got the clock.
cushion.
We are started.
Are we good to
and
go?
the cushion!
Maybe.
You go. Well, actually, I've
Are we
seen
ready?
you free motion an entire quilt in 4 minutes, so I have no doubt in this.
So, yeah, are we ready
Perfect,
to
I'm
go?
on it.
Okay, so we're going to actually do it with the elephant panel.
Yay.
So first of all, I did cheat a little bit by having
You're
a few
allowed.
steps.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
We'll let you do that.
So first of all, I'll just put that underneath. So now, because I did use a lot of the border as well, as you can see, using the green here, I have actually used the sides of the elephant panel as well. So the first thing you're going to do is cut out the square, the main picture at the front.
So this is in the Up and Away collection that we've got today. That's in the graphic at the moment. That's the elephant. So it won't say elephant, it'll say Up and Away, because all the little elephants are flying away on their balloons. Love it.
So you'll cut that out. As you can see, there's a little white border.
Yes.
And so you make sure you just leave a 1/4 inch seam, and then that way when you sew the little borders, the little sashing, it will cover the white bit.
So you're a 1/4 inch away from that little blue line into the white. Oh, that's brilliant.
And then that way you're not wasting anything then, because if you cut right around the whole of the border, you'll lose a little bit, and we don't like...
No waste.
So then using the lemon, 2-inch strips of the lemon, and first of all I sewed down the sides, opened them out and pressed, and then I did the same for the top.
Perfect.
And the bottom. So then we're going to move on to, where's the little print of the elephants?
Oh.
Now, because we're using it with a 1/2 metre with the bundle, really important to make sure...
Sorry, we have a stock announcement.
Oh.
No. Right. The Up and Away bundle has unfortunately now sold out.
Ooh.
I would put it away, but it is so cute because I'm not getting rid of this. And the Dragon bundle, there are only 4 left. So if you have got in your basket, because I am hearing there are a couple in baskets, please do check out immediately. We do not want you losing out. If you haven't checked out and paid for it, unfortunately, if somebody checks out ahead of you, they will get it and be able to take it out of your basket. Yes. Okay. That's annoying because I wanted some of that. So that wonderful fabric that Delphine's got in her hand there, the up and the way, that has now sold out as well. I'm not surprised because it's absolutely beautiful. And congratulations to everybody who managed to get one. Well done. That's the thing. You've got to be quick on your buttons there. Well done.
So with the elephants and the dragons, so make sure that you read the instructions, because when you do the cutting of this one, if you don't cut these 2 strips first for the sides, you won't have enough.
Perfect.
And also you've got to make sure that they're going in the right direction.
Correct.
Because you don't want the elephants going sideways.
Well.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm going to cut the 2 5-inch strips.
Oh, that fabric is so brilliant.
It's really soft as well, isn't it?
It's really lovely.
Just what you want.
So did you have one of these left over?
Yes, so you could have 2. 2 of the little pictures, yeah.
Oh, you get 2 of them left over?
Yeah. Yeah, because I used 4 of them in the cushion, and then I had that one. But
and you got 6 in total?
6 in total, yeah. So that would look really nice, 2 pictures above the bed.
Know.
Yeah, because the actual photographs of the kit I actually put on my little Louie's bed. They look really nice.
Right.
Look lovely.
So at the moment we can see that Delphine's using the 8.5 by 24.5 inch Creative Grids ruler. That's a slightly big there. Everything else is sold out. The dragons are now gone as well. Well, the great thing is if you've managed to get one, now you can just sit back and just watch Delphine's demo. We're making a cushion and potentially a quilt cover.
I know, I'm going to...
Boom, boom, boom. Don't rush. Take your time.
Pressure is on.
Don't take your time. If we run it over, we would rather run it over and get the demo in. Don't rush.
So I'm now cutting the 2 length pieces for the top and the bottom. And one more.
So were your family watching this morning?
They were, yeah. Although Charlie probably only watches a little bit, and he's like, oh, he'd rather be on his iPad or gaming.
Wow.
Yeah, love them. But Louis, I think was it last time I was on? He said, "But Mummy, you."
Sorry to interrupt. Is that what you got left over?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow! So you got loads left over.
Yeah,
Oh brilliant.
Loads. And again, if you did want to decorate the room, but without decorating the walls, you have the 2.
Elephants as the.
Yeah, you could put a little bit of that in a bit of a frame as well.
Is that how you made the bunting?
Yeah, and you still get some left.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. I think I'll be too ambitious to say we're going to make.
No, we're not going to do bunting as well. No. We'll see how we go, but we are going to lock your blade.
Okay, so imagine I have already. I haven't got to.
We've had a message in from Anila. Good morning, Anila.
Hello.
She's been watching our channel for the last few weeks. And she's gotten really inspired to make a quilt. Congratulations.
Oh, that's lovely.
Never tried it before. Do you have any advice for a beginner level and a beginner project? Well, unfortunately this one's sold out, but my top tip for anybody just starting out, get a really nice panel, exactly like this, because there are so many on the market. Makawa do a few, and various Mutex do a lot. Moda do some wonderful panels as well. The panel is a nice, easy way to ease yourself into it, because like Delphine's just done here, you pop a border on, and it just makes it you feel a bit more confident doing something like that. It's just a nice way of doing it. Start easy. The first project I did, I made a king-size log cabin quilt, and my husband, bless his heart, when I'd finished this project that I'd laboured over day and night for about 3 weeks, turned to me and said, darling, that's lovely. Do you think maybe we should get you some lessons before you waste any more fabric? So hopefully in 50 years' time when my husband passes away, he will be buried in that quilt.
Did you say you did a king-size quilt for your first project?
First project. And a £79 machine, and I quilted it through there as well. I don't recommend it.
For your
as
first
a beginner,
project.
start small. Do something small. Maybe just do a little cushion, or do something as a wall hanging, or something like that. Do small, because you'll get addicted to it, whatever you do. But going big, you'll just feel a bit bad that it's not quite as good as it could be.
I started off doing just tiny little cock quilts, not even cock quilts.
Yes.
You know when a baby's born, when they're having those little
Pram quilts.
Yeah, that's the word, pram quilts. Because Charlie, my eldest, was premature, quite 2 months premature, and so he was in special care for quite a while, and they had a lot of donations of people donating little quilts. And so when I started sewing, I would make little quilts and I took them all to the hospital for special care.
But there are so many people out there who do so much for our community. It's wonderful.
So I'm just sewing on the 2 sides first. And here we go. Quick.
Don't rush, you're all good. We've got plenty of time. You've got 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh.
30 minutes to make a cushion, a quilt, and I no doubt you'll wax and bunting out at the same time. I've seen how you work. It's brilliant.
There we are. So right sides together.
You might need to go down and turn the iron on if you haven't already. Done. Can't believe we've sold out. We weren't even starting the demo. It's brilliant.
So you can give that a quick press. If you are new, I'd recommend you just put a few little pins in.
Do you want some best press? Oh, someone's moved my best press. I love best press, so I put it in. I hid my little stash down there and it's gone.
So now
you can go for a little walkabout.
So you can trim any excess off, but we don't worry.
We'll just imagine.
Yeah, imagine we've done that. There we are. So again, right sides together. And back to the machine. There we are, foot down. How are you at sewing standing up, John? Are you used to it now?
I'm getting better. No, I'll never get used to it. It's not quite normal. It's totally different because you find you're standing on one leg and then you get cramp in your hip.
Yeah,
on
your
the other
hips
side.
going out to the side. Yeah, I've been practicing in the kitchen.
Oh, right.
There we go. And just lining things up as I go. I'm using a 1/4 inch seam. And because it is a pale fabric, I recommend that when you do, it's like what we said before, iron it on, press to the dark side.
How are you enjoying our 680 sewing machine?
It's lovely.
It's really good, isn't it?
Really lovely.
And that walking foot is perfect with it. Does the walking foot come with this machine? It does, doesn't it?
I tend to have a walking foot fitted pretty much most of the time.
So on my old machine, before I got the 720, the one that's still being used because I haven't had time to unpack my 720 yet, that's got a built-in walking foot and it's brilliant. It just changes everything.
A built-in walking foot?
Yeah, well you adjust the pressure at the top.
Right, okay.
It's a semi-industrial one.
A semi-industrial machine?
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm hearing the Juki machine we've got has got that as well. Well, I do think with the amount of sewing I do, I needed the industrial one.
That's one.
One down, one to go.
One down, one to go. See, it's starting to come together now. Just make sure, though, you're sewing them the right way up. So always lay your pieces out before you sew them. So I'm just double checking that they're going to be the right way. And then I'm going to flip that on the top there.
I had great fun with Alison Marion yesterday. She was doing her beautiful hopscotch
I saw that. That's lovely.
And I was saying to her, oh no, it's the wrong way around. Because she was sewing it onto fleece.
So there's me. Oh, that's the iron. There we are. And last long piece. Making sure I keep my fingers out of the way. So lining up as I go.
See, this is a really forgiving quilt as well, that you can just then press it into submission when you finished it.
Yeah. Tell you what I did see earlier, when I was flicking through a book actually, you can actually, rather than just think of it as a wall hanging or a quilt, someone did it as a Roman blind.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
I tell you, there are so many talented people in our community. It's wonderful. Did you see? I love that.
There we are, last bit.
Now, as you come to the end of your row, we've had a message in. Can you tell me who these people are? There we go.
Ah!
Look, it's Mummy in the background.
Oh, I think Nick needs a shave.
Oh no, it's the weekend. Leave alone.
There's
oh,
my little Lou. Hello.
Hello, Lou.
There.
Oh, it's great to have you with us this morning.
There I am. That's
Your
my
mum,
lounge.
brilliant. She's so good.
Oh, he's still in his pyjamas. Oh, bless him.
I won't deny I'd happily be in my pyjamas some days. Not today, but some days. Look at that.
Oh.
Close your blade.
I'm never going to... I'll be like that, doing that at home.
Good.
I know I should. But mind you, the boys are quite good. They don't touch any of my sewing bits.
It's more about you. Your fingers are really precious. You're so good at this. We can't lose one.
There we are. All trimmed up. So that's... There we go.
That is
Got
brilliant.
That? There we are.
That is so sweet and so quick.
Yeah. So that's that bit. So now we're going to move on to the chevrons.
Chevrons.
So I did the chevrons because children, especially babies and young kids, their eyes aren't quite developed, so they're really drawn to strong colours and prints and shapes. So apparently the two colour palettes are the light misty blue.
Yes.
And greens are really, really calming because they're the two colours in Mother Nature, but also mixed with really bright colours or contrasting colours.
Yeah.
It's really good for their sensory and their development.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so we are going to do some half triangles. So you're going to have you would then you'll cut round the border as we're going to
do a very quick announcement. For people who purchase the Up and Away, this bundle here with the elephants have changed their minds. So we now have 4 quilt kits available. So if you are looking for one, make sure you check out on that very, very quickly because this sold out really, really quickly. There are only 4 now available. We like to keep you informed and let you know as we go through. So please make sure you check out on these quite quickly if you are after one.
There we are. So what I'm going to do, when you do cut round the border, I forgot to say actually, you know, when you cut the big square bit out, make sure you don't cut over any of the borders. So be really careful when you cut the first panel out here.
Right. Oh, these borders here?
Yeah.
Right.
So then we're going to cut the borders off and you'll trim them up to 4 inches and then you'll cut 4-inch squares out of those. And then with the lemon and the misty blue, you'd also cut some 4-inch squares out of those. The quantity is in the panel.
Perfect.
So draw using a pencil or a pen, you'll draw a line from one corner to the other corner. When you're sewing the lemon and the misty blue together, doesn't really matter about which side you're sewing them, but make sure the border is lighter on the other side. I don't know if you can see that. So make sure you're doing that right sides together. So I'm going to draw the lines on each corner. Already done it. And then you're going to sew.
Because you're a professional, you see.
It's all in the prep.
All in the prep.
And then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam down each side of the triangle. So back to the machine.
Now you can check your 1/4 inch. I'm not sure what it is on that walking.
Yeah,
You'll do
it's
it
a
by
little
eye.
bit. Yeah. So I'm going to chain stitch these together. There we are. Cut that off. Turn it around, and then I don't need to cut it.
Oh, I love
trim
that
it
when you chain piecing them down like that. I
You
love
can,
that.
you can just keep going and going, can't you?
You can.
So, and lift it up, pop it on there, and just keep going.
So how many of these do you do then? 2,
So-
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 48.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you need 12.
12 of each colour
one.
on
Yeah.
top and bottom.
Yeah.
So 24 in total.
Good maths.
Yep. Well, I used to be an accountant, so.
Oh, did you? And then you draw a line.
Now you see, I find that ruler's too big for that.
It is actually a bit too bulky now. Don't need that one.
Well, you've got the early bird just there.
Oh, that's better. Don't need those bits. There we are. And then I'm just going to cut down the drawn line each side. There we are. And I need an iron board now. So bring this up, the iron should be on. So, and then we're going to press these. Again, iron over to the dark side. I've got a little, you probably know, you've probably done this loads of times, John. When you're pressing the triangles out, if you want to iron it to a dark side, as if this was the dark side, always hold that
the dark
bit.
side up, yep.
There we are. Give those a little press. So I tend to just do these all in one go, almost like a
right, so that green is from the panel, whereas that green is the misty blue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah, so I cut the borders,
Yes,
trim them
that
to
was where
4
you got
inches.
your 4-inch squares from that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Gosh, they colour-coded that very well.
And there we go. Okay. So just trim these corners off.
I was looking at it, but I thought not to say anything.
I thought I'm not going to look up. So just trim those corners.
I am fastidious at it. I used to go when I used to run a weekly sewing group, and there was one lady in particular who would get quite grumpy with me every time I went past and closed her rotary cutter. And she said, "Why is my rotary cutter closed?" I said, "Because you keep leaving it open." And that was on the communal table. So in the end, I took it away from her and got her one of the Millwood ones, the Ulfa ones that we sell here.
I think that's what I've got. So I've tied it away, tied as I go. Don't need that. Right. So to make your chevron, so I'm doing the lighter green at the bottom. And then it would go like that.
Oh, wonderful. So you've got the lemon. You could do it the other way as well if you wanted, but that's lovely.
So yeah. So
and then just sewing 2 of those together.
So those 2 together. So when I'm doing this, when I'm doing this at home, again, I do it more like an assembly line. So first of all, I'll chain stitch them all together, and then I'll get to this stage. Just to make sure you don't make any mistakes, I'll just put a pin at the top of each one, and then I'll take them all to the machine.
That's clever.
And then that way you're not going to sew them the wrong way round.
Right.
So back to the machine again. There we are. And then that one goes to that one. Match them all up. Back to the machine. There we are. Okay, take that off. And then open them out. And now I'd sew that side to that side. I would usually press them first.
So again, we have now officially sold out of the Up and Away bundle there. People may pop back in and return them during the day. So do keep checking on the Facebook, on the website. While we're live, if they do pop it in and out, we will keep you posted. But at the moment, we have officially sold out of both of the bundles now, and the fabric on its own as well.
And
bom bom bom.
Oh, I've sewn it the wrong way round.
No, you haven't.
No,
it looks perfect. It's wonderful. Nothing to see here.
Happy accidents.
But even if you had, that still looks really pretty.
It does actually, doesn't
green.
it?
I quite like that.
I quite actually prefer that one.
I'm not going to say anything more, but I think it's beautiful.
Again,
so
happy accidents.
Happy accidents.
So, what I made earlier. There we go.
No, you didn't. You made it right now. I don't know what she's talking about. Honestly, saying that she did this earlier. This quilt you can make in 12.5 minutes, easily.
So you have 6. You need 6 for each row. So there's only 5 on that one. So I'm going to put this one on the end.
Would you like to unpick it?
Do you want me to unpick it?
It's your call. It's your quilt. I don't mind.
No.
You've got 18 minutes.
Oh, okay then. I can unpick it. I'll just use the scissors. Have I got an unpicker?
If you rotate that drawer forward, you may have one in there.
Oh, I'm nearly done.
And you are. See, it just takes a few seconds. And we've all done it. We've all sewn the wrong thing on the wrong way round. I normally do it in the block of the month, or block of the week, while everybody's watching as well.
There we are. I thought you had me on the overhead then. You can see my hand shaking.
You mustn't. You're so nervous.
There we are.
I do love these little elephants. I'm hoping you haven't used this one. Because he's so
you want that
adorable.
one?
I won't, and I'm looking at him there and I'm thinking he could live in my little studio. He's so cute.
So that's why pin first. Don't rush. And then you won't make mistakes,
Or
Delphine.
just quite simply don't try and make a quilt on live telly. You know, that's also an option.
But, you know, I've unpicked live on telly now. So.
Just check you lined up there. Oh. Perfect.
Oh, you get under there. There we are. Woo!
I love that when you just run away from me.
And,
see? And now this is our 24th piece that she's made in just less than 20 minutes. Isn't it brilliant?
And then...
So quite simply then just lining these up with all the
Line
colours
them up.
and the chevrons in the right direction.
And
there we go.
you sew them together. And trim them up, tidy them up a little bit. This was last night, so probably not as tidy as I'd like. But
it looks fabulous.
Okay, so there's your 2 pieces. There you go, you've got 2 of those now.
So which way, do you put the dark to the bottom or the light to the bottom?
I put the light to the bottom, so you've got the chevrons going one way and then the other.
Brilliant.
So back to a little bit of a press. Just very quickly. So that said, I would normally open out the seams.
It's really sweet.
It's cute, isn't it? I take it the elephants are your favourite then?
They really are.
There we are.
Oh, just move the iron back.
Ooh.
There we go. We like the 680.
I won't get asked back again.
Yes, you will. You're coming back for Christmas.
I am.
We've just found out 2nd of August we're working together again.
We are.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to Christmas. What do you call it? Christmas in July? But it will be Christmas in July and August.
And August. You see, I count down my Christmas from Boxing Day.
Really? You
No, I
like
really
it that
do.
much?
I do. Everybody hates me because my Facebook, I'm like, 364 days to go.
I like Christmas, but whew. So I've already pre-cut some lemon strips.
The great thing about talkback is all I hear is, oh no, too much. Too much.
I like Christmas, but then I'd just like to skip back to summer. I like my summer.
We see, growing up in Africa, Christmas was summer for us. So it was, you know, it was very weird coming here and having Christmas being really cold and snow and all that. We've never had snow on Christmas Day since I've been here, but...
No, we haven't had it for a while, have we?
No, we haven't really had a winter for a while. We have a few cold days, but anyway.
So I'm sewing a little bit of a border.
I'm a little worried your bag is about to go for a walk.
This bag?
Yep. If you just do that, I don't think you're going to lose anything. Just as you were going, the back of your quilt was pushing the bag and all your product was moving along.
I know, I usually do a lot of quilting on the dining table. And I was making quite a big quilt a few weeks ago and I had a vase of flowers.
No. Oh no.
And because I was so caught up with what I was doing, well, they went everywhere.
Now, were you a true quilter and you just left it? And carried on with your quilt?
I don't need that.
It's too late, can't change it. There you go. This is it comes together really quickly.
Yeah. It's all in the prep.
All in the prep.
Where's my other piece? There we are. And I'm just going to sew to this side. And then we'll sew the chevrons on. And then that's pretty much
it.
Yeah, apart from
You've
a
got
little
about
top and bottom.
12 minutes left.
Oh, I'm determined to do the cushion.
You will. Well, normally I have a few minutes at the end to tell people what's to buy, and it's all gone. You've sold out, so
that's great, isn't it?
You just carry on until you finish.
Happy Saturday. Nearly there.
You're doing great.
How long have you been quilting for, John?
So just over 6 years.
Wow.
So not very long. But I have gone a little bit mad, and I think I've done probably about 170, 200 quilts.
Wow. What got you into quilting to start with?
Honestly, it was because I was trying to manage my midlife crisis, and I thought I'm not going to be a cliche and get a sports car or do anything silly like that. So I just thought, well, I'm just going to spend obscene amounts of money buying fabric that I'm never going to use.
Fabric and sewing machines.
Well, yes, 30. I think I've got 40 sewing machines now.
40 sewing machines.
Shh, you sound like Andrew.
Andrew, 40 sewing machines.
No, he doesn't know. Shh.
All right. He does now.
Forgiveness is a lot easier than permission in most marriages. Lock your blade. Oh. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So this is where your lemon's coming into the middle.
Yeah. Down the sides. So there we are. So I've done the sides, and now I'm going to sew the chevrons on.
Oh, I see. So right, okay, I'm with you now. Right.
And then that will be.
So your light one to the middle.
Obviously, I've not pressed it, but the light one to the middle on for the top and the bottom.
Perfect. This is such a good make.
Back to the machine.
But it is definitely something you could do in a day.
Oh,
very
definitely.
Comfortably.
I did it in an afternoon.
Well, like me, you and I sew a little quicker than some. So, you know, you take your time and you do it, and you can easily do it in a day. And it's great as well, it's a nice kids project, because kids can get involved as well.
Yeah.
Which is why it's sold out.
And even all the cutting's quite simple as well. So you could even get the children to help with that, if you're very careful with your blade.
Of course. You don't have me hovering over you going, close your blade.
No, you're going to be like one of those little bubbles above me when I'm sewing there. Close your blade.
So the other thing I used to do is when people were going to the machine to press their fabric, I'd be like, set your seams.
So that, obviously, if I pressed it, it would go right to the ends.
But it has gone right to the end.
It has?
It has.
Just
we call that finagling.
Yeah. There we are. It would have, if I'd pressed it and tidied it up.
Brilliant.
So that's the top.
That's fantastic. And then you just sew the other side on for the end.
So yeah, and then you just do the top bit, and then you just repeat it at the bottom.
Well, I think we can definitely say well done on that. Let's do this cushion.
Let's do the cushion.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, so 4 of your little elephants.
Four of the elephants.
Which one was your favourite?
One.
Should we use him?
We could use him. He's
we
very
will use
cute.
him. And we'll use this. There we are. In fact, there we are. We used all those 4 anyway. Okay, so you've got the stars, which are the 2 strips down the side of the panel.
So it's these strips here.
Yep. So what I'm going to...
But all the instructions, although your instructions for the up and the way, they will come with the dragon front. It'll explain to you exactly how to cut the panel out very easily, and the panel's exactly the same for both of them. So do read your panel very clearly on that.
So I've cut one of the strips out, and I'm going to sew one star's right side together to one of the little elephants.
Now, do you use this one of these extra wide cutting mats when you're at home?
Yeah, this is one I've got.
They're really
Yeah.
good. Is it the one you've got as
Yeah,
well?
it's the one I've got at home.
Brilliant. But they are really good, aren't they?
Because I mainly have it in the kitchen. Oh, hello. The you know, normal kitchen bar, breakfast bar,
yeah.
and it's the perfect width,
size,
so
is.
you don't go over.
Yeah.
Because I was using a smaller one, and I was going over, and I've actually cut into the worktop a few times.
Well, I'm sorry for your worktop, but I'm more worried about my blade. No, I didn't mean that.
I caught it though. Well, I don't know.
But it's because honestly, the minute you go and you go off the edge and you do nick it, you've ruined the blade. And if you do that 3-4 times in a day, you're losing 2-3 blades, 3-4 blades in an afternoon, which is a real pain.
And we hadn't long moved in when I did that as well, to a brand new kitchen.
Forgiveness is a lot easier than permission.
Yeah.
You really are going for it.
I'm determined.
You've got another 6 minutes.
Oh,
You'll
easy.
easily do that.
Easy. Okay, where's...
I haven't got it. Check the floor.
Oh.
Are you having fun? Because you're doing this really, really well.
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
yeah. I'm always having fun when I'm sewing.
I don't know why you get nervous. You're so good at this.
Oh, it's because I'm on the telly.
Well, you're
all
not.
those people
You're
out
not.
there.
You're talking to me. So I think that's the one thing people forget. You're not. You're having a conversation that a few people are listening in on. That's it. Just a few.
Yeah. There we go. Your favourite one. He's
Oh, he's
coming
very
in.
cute.
So I'll put him in the bottom right because your eye's always drawn to the
Always.
bottom right, isn't it? So,
That's why if ever you make a mistake on a quilt or a block, you always put it in the bottom left.
yeah. There we go. So those two pieces. Have I sewn them the right way up? Yep. This is really handy, isn't it?
And it's such a good size. I think it's brilliant.
So I'll just trim that bit. Try these again. You'll get your iron out, but usually at home I've got everything ironing board and. Have you
I got that idea from Jenny Dowen. So we've got this. I've got this little nest that I sit in. Literally, we're cutting, sewing this, and you literally sit in a swivel chair and you go backwards and forward. The only problem that I have is my table's just the wrong height for the arms of my. And
for the chair.
But we had the that puff cushion, the stuffed puff cushion on the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm tempted to make one of those and just lower my chair a little bit, so I've still got the height, and then the arms can swivel all the way around.
Oh, that was with Wendy. The puff.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Wendy.
I won't reference that show anymore. It got a little funny halfway through. It was a good giggle.
So I'm now sewing the last few stars.
And you still have 4.5 minutes. So you'll be able to put the other chevron on the other side of your quilt. Or you could make the bunting.
Yeah, whatever. What shall I do?
It's your call.
There we go.
Oh, that is adorable.
So the only thing I've just realised that I haven't cut out ready is, you know, around the cushion, the border, that's just a 1.5 inch border. But let's get the top made.
But that is so adorable. Now with these, would you try and line up the centres as you go through? Well, I suppose they're far enough away. You don't really
You
matter.
can't really tell.
No.
I did do when I did the cushion, but like you say,
Yep, exactly like that. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
There we are. Last piece.
Oh, that's lined up perfectly. Tell you're a professional.
Oh, that didn't quite. Oh well.
That is really, really sweet.
I love this machine.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's awesome, yeah.
Really good. That 680 is really fabulous.
And
perfect. Lock your blade. Thank you.
There you go.
That's brilliant. That is so sweet. And look how quick that was to make.
And then you just put the little border around the edge.
Really brilliant.
And yeah. So, how long have we got? What should we do?
You have 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes. Right, let's do this.
Bum, 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 bum. I'm sure that's not a song, but I did it anyway.
So, 6.5 inch.
I'm throwing you off by making you lock your blade, aren't I?
Well, I'm going to be used. So then, to get the perfect triangle, fold that in half, press it. Imagine I've pressed it there.
No, you're going to have to show me this because this is so good.
And then, I need that, 10 inches. So 6.5 by 10 inches.
It's a 6.5 ruler, so you're square.
And then I would sew, because I've already made a little crease in the halfway point.
Oh my goodness, that's so clever. Oh, wait, you're not lined up. There you go.
There's your triangle.
And that early bird's perfect for that size.
And then I'll take a piece. Imagine that this is just a backing fabric. If you have got a little bit of fabric left over, because if you cut them all to the perfect size, then if you're new, you might go over the edges and then you might split. And
yes.
So cut it a little bit bigger.
But also you're dealing with bias as well.
Yeah.
So doing this helps you deal with the bias. Oh, this is so clever, Delphine. So you've left your needle down, rotate on the point, pop your foot back down.
And I'll trim this up.
You do realise you've got 2 minutes left, 1.5 minutes left, so you've got plenty of time.
And there we go. Now, always trim the bottom. Don't go through the stitches. Just tidy it up like you would.
Make it a nice square.
Yeah, like you would with the cushions. Turn it out the right way.
And there's a pointer thing there, the little blue thing. There you go.
Like that. So that's what I mean if you cut them too close to the edge, which I've just done there.
But what you're talking about.
But you can't see that. And you give it a press.
Well, you've got time to press it.
You've
still got 1.5 minutes left on your demo.
You've only got the elephant's bottoms there,
That's okay. That's all right.
It's tails. Let's give that and the cushion top a bit of a press then. There we are. Back to the iron. So I have actually used a little bit of the wadding.
Oh, that's clever.
Just makes it a bit more weightier.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Give your cushion a little press. And you can see really, really user-friendly projects, nice and simple. I would recap, but there's nothing left to sell. It's all gone. The whole hour's sold out. Is that the first time we've ever sold out of all products on all in 1 hour? I think it's one of the few times we have. Certainly the first time in my little run that I've done. So congratulations, that's wonderful.
No, I'm chuffed.
And you're so good at this. You really don't need to be nervous. I look forward to having you again really soon.
There we are.
So
done.
Thank you so, so much. So, sorry? Oh, sorry. Delphine, get home safe, please. Say hello to your boys from us. Thank you so much for being with us. You did really, really well, and congratulations for selling out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Get home safe. We'll be back in a few minutes with another fabulous hour of fabrics.
Hello, my name is Sally Stevens. I'm from Worcestershire, a little town called Upton-upon-Severn, which is a lovely little riverside town. And not far from there, I also have a little sewing studio, so I can work and leave all my mess left out when I'm preparing projects and quilts and so on. My speciality is, in fact, quilting, patchwork and quilting, and I probably started that when I was about 14 years ago. So as I often joke, that was only 7 years ago. In fact, it was rather a lot longer. But I've always enjoyed crafting, and patchwork really hooked me, and I love it. So now then, what can I tell you? Something you may not realise about me is that although lots of you have seen me many, many times on Sewing TV and classes, because I teach as well, I also do a lot of unpicking. So don't be afraid ever. If you have to unpick things, so do we. It's not a problem. We all have to start somewhere. And sometimes you get a bit cocky and think, oh, I can just do that without pinning or without this. And then you think, should have paid attention to my own words. So some sewing tips for you. That's one, keep a seam ripper handy. That will always be your friend. And another one that I think is very important, whether you're a beginner or more experienced, when you're sewing something, particularly for the first time, a new technique, slow down. There's no rush, it's not a race. Have a little practice with spare fabrics if you've got them before you use your best fabric that you've just purchased so that you get your techniques just right. But also slow down, take your time, watch what you're doing, think about what you're doing, and read the instructions. That's always very useful. So what can I say? I've been asked to say what my claim to fame might be, and I would have to say, in all honesty, being on Sewing Street.
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells.
My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great.
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
And it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited.
We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and Gemporia.com.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hello everyone, my name's Cara Ackerman and I'm absolutely delighted to be here at Sewing Street. I actually originated from Hertfordshire, then went down to Hampshire and then it ended up in the East Midlands. I've been in the East Midlands for about 40 years now, which seems crazy, but 36 of those I actually worked with DMC Creative World, which was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed that. And then I decided to go freelance and that's how I got introduced to Sewing Street. I love doing anything to do with textiles, so embroidery, cross stitch, patchwork, done a bit of quilting, bag making, toy making, oh goodness, there's loads and loads of things. What I love doing is just trying something new, and I think one of the tips is don't be frightened of trying something new. You always learn from it, and you know, don't be scared of making mistakes either. We all learn from the mistakes that we make. Little bit about me that you might not know and that's a bit of a surprise. I once went to the garden party down at Buckingham Palace, the Queen's garden party, for some work that I did with Marie Curie. I was so lucky to go there and just a wonderful time. So I hope to see more of you on Sewing Street and I hope to try lots of new crafts with you. So see you again soon. Bye bye.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hello, my name's Fiona Hesford and I'm founder of Sew Girl. I'm based down in Worthing on the south coast of England, and I've got a range of sewing patterns which I've developed over the last few years, which are projects for loose fitting clothing, everyday simple garments, things that I really love to wear myself. And I'm going to be bringing you them to Sewing Street over the next few months. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Delphine Brooks. It's so great to be here and part of the Sewing Street family. I'm local, I'm only down the road in Warwickshire. I started sewing many years ago when I was very young, doing lots of art and painting, and eventually I went into textiles and I really enjoyed doing the two together. I then had a bit of a break. Something you don't know about me maybe is that I spent many years in the Royal Air Force and eventually in the police as well. And then I went full circle and I've come back to my happy place of sewing, and which I really enjoy. My best sewing tip is measure twice and cut once. I have chipped up a couple of times, by not measuring properly, and I do always regret it. So now I always measure twice, cut once. Anyway, I really hope to be with you again soon, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
It's really weird having Delphine on the screen. She just left. Welcome back. We're doing our 11 o'clock hour on Saturday today. Lovely to have you here. Now, before I start showing you this, I always give you a stock warning. There is one of these left. One. Okay, so I'm going to open it, and if you are interested in it, pop it in your basket, check out, because there is literally only one. At the point we sell out, I'm going to stop. But there we go. Now, Tula Pink, as we all know, is the most incredible designer. She's got the most fabulous eye for colour, incredible designs, comes up with the most fantastic different colours and colourways. Auriful and her have teamed up to make this fabulous combination of threads. Absolutely adorable. So you've got the T and the P. Got the T and the P there. So if I do that, and then I'll open each one of these, and you can see just how beautiful all these colours are. Absolutely adorable. They are such vibrant, vibrant threads. Now, if you haven't used Auriful before, let me tell you a little bit about the Auriful collection. Auriful are 100% cotton. These spools are 200 meters each. I'm probably taking them out all in the wrong order. I'm not sure I'll have time to even take them all out. There's only one of these left. So these colorways all match perfectly with all of her fabric. Oh, I've got those in the wrong place. They're off. Sorry, I'm just trying to get those back in the shot there. There we go. So these are 50 weight threads. All of that is perfect for piecing. Incredible for embroidery, really, really good for tight, dense quilting. So that is the first 10. It's gone. Right, that's the first 10. Congratulations to whoever got it. We only had the one. I told you I'd stop doing it when we sold out, and we just did. Really beautiful. But I'll tell you, while I'm doing this, while you're packing this away, I'll tell you a little bit more about Tula and Auriful. So Tula, as we know, have done the most fabulous combination of fabrics. She always comes up with something totally unique and something totally brilliant. And now we've also got her partnering with Auriful. This was the bumper collection, which is now sold out. We've also got a second collection with her. Now this is more of a condensed version, a condensed range, which has got the 10 most popular colours that she uses, the most popular ones. So this then, oh my goodness, and they're variegated. I forgot they were variegated. They are so beautiful. So what this means is you'll see that you'll have a variegation in the thread. So you'll see, perfect, I'll hold that there. I'm going to get my pointy thing, which I was so pleased to be able to clean after Delphine, only because of national guidelines and all that. You'll see that we go from a white to a green. So you'll see that that variegates in. Now perhaps you can't see that quite as clearly as if I do that. Oh, hang on. And you can see that that variegation is you're going to have a creamy colour going into the brown. And then if you wanted to, you've also got that beautiful pink all the way to the turquoise. And then you've got this gorgeous, gorgeous green and teal going all the way through to a dark green. So these are just 4 of the colourways that we've got here. 50 weight thread is a really good weight thread to be able to do piecing, any form of quilting, dense quilting specifically, because you'll see on this thread the shine on it. Look at that sheen. So if you're able to get that beautiful amount of quilting done and you do a really dense piece, you're still going to have the shine of this thread when you're doing with the quilting. And it's really, really strong as well. So you'll see that as I'm tugging on that, it breaks because I've given it a bit more pull on that. But it's a really strong thread. And what I know as well, Tula specifically, she does a lot of English paper piecing. And a lot of her projects are all English paper pieced. So what's so great about that is she uses the Auriful threads to be able to piece those together. And these are designed as well to be really easy to use and comfortable to pull through with a needle. So let me show you all 10 of the different colours that you're going to get here. Helps if I rotate it so you can actually see them. And you can just tell the colours are so delicious. And I think that's the only word you can use for them. They are absolutely delicious. Look at that red. Just looks like a little lollipop, doesn't it? Oh, got that the wrong way around. And all of that's coming in this wonderful little presentation box there. Really, really sweet. And all 10 of these are, so each one of these is 200 meters of thread. They're all 50 weight, perfect for piecing, perfect for dense quilting, perfect for embroidery, hand quilting, really, really good for that as well. And the good thing about using 100% cotton, which this is that you don't have any lint. So when you're using it on your machine, you don't end up with lots of lint going through. And you can see as I'm pulling this through my hands, it's not harsh. It feels really soft to be able to use. It's a really strong thread as well. You don't have to, it's not going to snap in your hands when you're using it. So when it goes through your machine, it'll be really, really comfortable. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful collection. And the colours on these are so beautiful. So that one you can tell you've got that beautiful variegation going from the pink to the blue. If you check out the website, it'll tell you exactly what numbers these are of each of the threads, because I know some people are very, very keen to know exactly what numbers they are. So you can see that's the first colourway there. You can see it goes from that teal to that beautiful pink. This one's a bit more brown going into, it's more like a grey going into a cream. And then this one's more of an orange going into a yellow. Just look at that. It just looks like a beautiful ray of sunshine, that one. And this green works beautifully there. I love that one. It's so pretty. And if you're wanting a slightly lighter green, again, this has got a beautiful variegation in there. This one is very, very lovely. It's got a beautiful aluminium feel to it there. And it's so shiny as well. Here we've got a pink and white, which is just so delicious there. You can just imagine all of these being sort of sweets that you can eat. And then that one there with a beautiful sort of orange to brown, that works so beautifully. And then we've got an orange to white as well. And if you didn't have enough green, you've got a last little green there for you. Now this is the only variegated option that we have available in the Aurifil range, and it is just so, so pretty to use. Well, the great thing with variegation as well, especially if you're using a lot of Tula's fabrics, you'll find that you'll be able to go from, actually, I do have one here. I have 3 here, 2 here. You'll see when you've got Tula's fabrics here, you can tell that all the different colours that she uses, you can tell that they all vary in colours. So you can see you've got a light green, dark green and a purple. So if you were quilting that, that would be perfect. But if you're doing that one, that also works brilliantly. But equally, if you wanted to do the white to make it stand out, that would work very well. And even the pink works, because what's happened is she's used all these beautiful tones of colours and they just tie in perfectly. And perhaps you just want to do the dark green to the light green. That dark green is very, very close to that green there. But perhaps you want to be using this fabric. And then what you're doing there, you've got the yellow going in there, which pulls out the bananas, but also works very, very well with that teal. And here you can see the teal ties in perfectly, whilst you've still got the green in there, and you've got all the green in the bananas as well. So that ties in perfectly. Perhaps you wanted to do it in a lighter green. But equally, you've got that beautiful orange pop in there. Maybe you want to pop that in. And it gives you some really interesting quilting to be able to go through. We've got another pink option in there as well. So the great thing is that Tula's fabrics, you can see just how vibrant they are. So for her to be able to work with Aurifil and create this beautiful collection, it just makes perfect synergy. And they're such a great team. And their designs will work so well. The Aurifil brand works so closely with some incredible designers, and you can see why. Look at how Tula's influenced this collection. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you don't want to use it, it comes in a beautiful little presentation box that you'll be able to go through there. So that is our Tula Pink premium thread there, the premium Aurifil thread collection, $33.99. And that's available all day today until we sell out. Next, we've got the wonderful Necessities range. Now, this is absolutely beautiful. Now, these are the larger spools of Aurifil. So these are, oh, how many meters are these? We're just double checking because I think it's 1,300 meters, it says on the top. If I just read the box, 1,300 meters you're getting on all of these. These are, oh, what's happened there? There we go. Right, so we've got 4 different colors here. Something's happened to this little one. This little one's bottom has gotten, there we go, push that back down. There we go. So we've got 4 different colors, but look, what I love about this thread, look at the sheen on this grey. What do I call it, grey or aluminium? Look at that, isn't that just beautiful? Even on the white, you just think white's quite a plain colour. Look at the sheen that you've got on these. So when you're doing your piecing, when you're doing your quilting, when you're doing your embroidery, you're automatically going to have this beautiful, beautiful sheen of colour as you do it. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, these are 1,300 metres on each of these spools. You're getting 4 of them. Each of them are usual 50 weight, so it's nice and strong. You can tell I'm tugging on that there, and it's still not breaking, and I'm giving it a bit of a, oh, there we go, it finally gave way. But it's just such really strong, robust thread. It doesn't automatically just snap in your hands as you're using it. Really, really great that. Oh, I keep pressing that down to get that down. But you see, with the grey colour is perfect, and the reason being is most people, my most popular colour that I use for my quilting is grey. Always will be, because it just absolutely matches every colour. It is so neutral. White and black can be really stark when you're doing quilting. It really, really stands out. Whilst the grey, just for example, I have a whole collection of fabrics here, which I'll bring to you later. When I lay the grey on top of it, you can't even tell that it's there. Whilst if I put the white on there, eventually, if I put the white on there, you can see that brilliantly. You can see the white stands out really, really strongly compared to the grey. Can you see there, the white really stands out, whilst the grey, you've got that there and it doesn't really stand out quite as much. And it's on most colours that the grey is really, really perfect to do any form of quilting. If you're doing English paper piecing as well, especially if you've got loads of different colours, grey is a really good option to use because it blends so beautifully into that fabric. And the thread is so perfect for English paper piecing because it just flows so easily through the needle and through the fabric. Really great. So that grey is my absolute favourite. You've also got black if you're doing a lot of darker piecing, and you've got this beautiful, beautiful tanny beige colour there. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the white. So you're getting 1,300 metres of each one of those. The necessities range is available there. Comes in this wonderful little presentation box as well. $35.99. So now we're talking about Aurifil teaming up with different brands and different companies. We have been able to, I'm putting that back later, sorry. We have got a partnership with Aurifil ourselves. We have got the necessities, we've got the essentials collection here. And what I love about this is it's not just a few colours. You've got 10 really rich, really beautiful colours. Each one of these is 200 metres, 50 weight on each one. You've still got that Aurifil amazing quality cotton, 100% cotton, 10 different colours. And let me show you what these colours are. Really very, very special. Look at those. Now, even in the box, you can see the sheen on that. And look at the shine on all of those. They're brilliant. And the colours are so beautiful as well. That's just in the box. Wait till I take them out. You can tell, just look at the pink on its own. Doesn't that just pop? And what I love, I keep mentioning about the sheen and the shine, because most people just look at thread and go, meh, it's thread. Look at that. Look at that shine on the side there. And all of those shines, that shine and luster, are going to pop into your project so easily by just using this really incredible thread. Because a lot of us do forget about using thread. We spend a lot of money on fabric, at 15, 16 pounds a metre sometimes, and we do then go and use a really cheap thread. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means you just look at the quality of that. Look at the shine. Look how beautiful those all look. Now imagine using that in your project. And they last for ages. Each one of these is 200 meters. That's a huge amount of thread. It's going to take ages to use that up. Look at that beautiful blue. And again, that gorgeous sheen on the thread there, it just works so, so beautifully. It's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. And the colour combinations that they've created here are so pretty. This one I think might be my favourite. I absolutely adore these greys. They are really good. Now, Orifel and ourselves have teamed together. This was the first pack that we made with them. But yesterday I managed to be able to, I was lucky enough to be able to launch our next partnership with them. This is the Quilters collection. And it is sublime. I'm so excited to do this. I was gushing all over it yesterday. Oh, I can't put these back in. But what's so nice is being able to work with Orifel and to come up with different ideas and different colorways. It's so wonderful. And this is such a privilege because now look at this. We've got this wonderful, wonderful autumn collection. Now I'm going to start by putting that one there. This is without question my favorite color that we have ever brought of Orifel. That aluminium is just absolutely gorgeous. And what I've done is I've made sure that my top 5 colours that I use for my quilting are all in a bundle because those are the top 5 colours that I use in my quilting. Because I also, and I'm just here, Hannah's just said now she's surprised by that because I normally use quite contemporary colours in my quilts, and I'll tell you why these are so perfect for quilting is ironically, in the long arm quilting community, there's a colour called prickly pear, and the prickly pear is this green. And of all the colours, of all the combinations that we all use, prickly pear is the one that's sold out all the time. You can't get it because the minute it comes back in stock, you can't get it because when it comes in, us long armers go in and we buy as much as we can. The reason being is this green works so beautifully with most colours. Now, I'm just grabbing one of the threads, one of the colours that we've got over here. Look at that there. Look how beautifully that works there. And now, if I take that, look at that. And most of us wouldn't think of that colour, but look how beautifully that green pops in. Now, I know you're only using a single strand as you go. You're not going to have just this big wodge of green, but it's perfect. Tell me that doesn't work really well. And a lot of people don't think about the quilting aspect. They go and immediately do the design, they do the piecing, and you're all done and dusted, and the rest comes back later. Sorry, there was a plastic bag on the floor, and I was worried it was going to fall over there. So the green is an absolutely sublime colour to use for quilting. My second, the most popular colour I use is this beautiful aluminium grey. It is so perfect. It works with every single colourway. If you just look at this again, it just beautifully goes in it. Just leaving this is just the top of the pile fabric there. That's going to work beautifully as well. Even with the natural, but that isn't quite, it's not cream, it's not white, so it will just blend in beautifully. But then the gold. I know that seems a bit strong there, but when you're doing that as a single couple of strands across there, it just brings your fabric to life, having that lovely little gold. And literally, that's the top fabric. That's my little pile of fabric to show you later in the show. And I picked the top one. And you can see why those are my top 5 colours to use for quilting. Because they're not what most people would have thought for the quilting. Next, we've got this gorgeous carmine red, which it's beautiful. But I'm going to save my favourite. I've got 3 favourites in this one. This aluminium is my absolute favourite of all the Orifel colours that we've had. I think that is my absolute favourite. But I will save my best for last. But this is just such an absolutely beautiful celebration of autumn. It's just so vibrant. And again, as the light hits it, now I know studio lights are quite bright, but look how the sheen on those, they are incredible. Now this one is called Eggplant, and it's this rich, beautiful, beautiful burgundy colour, absolutely stunning. But my second favourite in this combination, look at that midnight blue. you can just see, you just kind of want to dive into it and swim. It is so beautiful. So for a combination of colours, for a darker palette, tell me that's not just the most incredible combination that we've done. It's really pretty, and it's what I love about it. We've called it the Quilters Collection because a lot of people don't do the long arming quilting side of things, and certainly those colours being some of the top colours to use for quilting, that's brilliant. But then you pop those back in, and this is just so rich and luxurious, and you've just got such a beautiful feel with it. And the great thing is it's universally used. These are colours that most quilters would use. It's not just one person decided, oh, I'm going to have that one, that one, that one, and that one. These are colours that are really used by quilters all of the time. So we've been able to bring you these as a special collection. They are exclusive to us, brand new yesterday on the show. There are 200 metres in each one. So each one of these is 200 metres of thread. The thread is 50 weight, 100% cotton. Orifil is made in Italy, so it's all comes from Milan in Italy. Absolutely sublime. No lint. Not going to have any damage to your sewing machine. Doing it by hand, it's great. And even if you're not a long arm quilter, these are perfect. You do the free motion on your machine. And that's what I think a lot of people get a bit worried about, is that you don't do long arm quilting, so you don't think about the long arm quilting side of things, but you don't need to. You saw the micro stitch tool that we had on in the 9 o'clock hour. That tool, you can put your 3 layers together, your backing, your quilt and your wadding. You pop that on, you get one of these threads, and you just free motion through it. You can do that simple vermicelli, just changing the fabric around, moving it around like that, doing those beautiful waves, and you've quilted it yourself. And a lot of people spend a lot of money on quilting. Sometimes you don't have that for those funds available to do it, and now you can do it yourself. These threads will definitely help you to be able to do it. Make your life easier. Do the top and the bottom, the bobbin and the top thread in these colours. Be beautiful. Only launched yesterday, and you're now able to see it for the second day. And you can see just how beautiful on them. They are so, so luxurious and beautiful. And I'm hoping that I can pop that one and that one and that one and maybe that one just in my bag and go away. But then I'm thinking, no, I like them all. I'm going to just pop them all in my bag. But no, I won't do that. I'm going to go and buy them because at that price, it's such a great deal. It's really such a great, great product there. Loving these, and I hope you do too. And let us know what your favourite colour is. Maybe you've looked at those and you think, no, John, I don't like your blue. That's a horrible colour. But it's this green colour. Most people would never have thought about this green. And I must say, I didn't either. And I went to I have a handy quilter, as you all know. I went to a handy quilter class group. We were all in a residential thing for 4 days. You could not find a tube or a cone of prickly pear anywhere in the building because everybody had bought it. And there was one lady went and got 4 of the spools, big ones. Really, really great. So that's our Quilters collection today. Launched yesterday. Brand new, exclusive to Sewing Street. $33.99 there. So do make sure you go and have to check those out. Now we're going to do these fabrics. Now we're going to do these very, very random because we have a low quantity issue now. Right. I am now going to give you all a minute to get yourself ready. If you've got your computer there, get it out, get it ready, because what we're going to do is when we start this, I'm going to start with the ones that we have the lowest quantity of, and we're going to end with the ones that we've got larger quantities of. So you've got a longer opportunity with the ones towards the end of what we're going to show you, rather than what's at the beginning. So get your fingers ready, and remember, if you have not checked out, you are not going to get the item if you want it. If you leave it in your basket, somebody can come along, they can check out ahead of you and they can grab it out of your basket. And you always regret that fabric you leave behind. You always do. Now, talking about that, we've got a £3.95 P&P all day. So what does that mean? You will pay £3.95 postage and packaging throughout the day. If you buy one item, you pay £3.95. If you buy 12 items, you pay £3.95. If you do one transaction, you pay that £3.95. If you do 12 transactions, you only pay the $3.95. So you can check out all the time. You can do individual orders and check out each single time. Through the day, you don't have to pay any more or any less for it. You pay $3.95 for the whole day. So you can check out on a piece of fabric and not worry about paying the postage and packaging twice. I'm telling you this because some of these, there's only 1 meter left, and I want you to make sure that if you do want it, you're able to get it. And don't let the postage and packaging and checking out multiple times put you down or worry about it, because you don't have to. You don't pay any more or any less for doing that. So, are we ready? Have you got your fingers ready? If you don't want to do the calls, if you don't want to do the website, you can call our UK-based call centre. I haven't mentioned that today. 0800 001 4433. Give them a call. Because there's low stock, though, remember, if people are doing it on the website, they may get it first, so they may sell out on it. So, are we ready? Right. Which one first? So we have got this fabulous, and these are really, really cute. So this one, we have only got 1.5 meters. We are not able to get this back again either. So I'm just showing you the size of the fabric first. So that's 0.5 meter. That's £5.99. And look at the detailing on that. Is that just not so sweet? Lewis and Irene, it's called Small Things by the Sea Rock Pool on cream fabric, 0.5 meter, £5.99, and there is only 1.5 meters of this left available. They're just so sweet. Look at them. Love that. Next we have this pile of ditzy purple fat quarters. Now, these ones, there are only 5 of these fat quarters, 5 of these fat quarter bundles left. They're $7.99, so that's going to be 1 meter of fabric for $7.99. So these are 45 centimeters by 55 centimeters. I'll show you what each one looks like size-wise, and then we'll look at the detail on each of the fabrics. So that's how much you're getting. You're getting 4 of those. There are only 5 of these left at the moment. Working out at £1.99 a fat quarter. Come on, you can't get a fat quarter for that price in most places. Certainly not in my shop, that's for sure. Look at that. So that's the first fabric we've got here. And then this is the second one. I adore that. I think that's so pretty. Talking about your ravioli lavender, that would be beautiful. Get a load of gifts out of that. You could put that on the one side, that on the second. Isn't that pretty? So that's the third fat quarter in this collection here. This one I just think is absolutely adorable. This is my favourite one. Saving the best for last there. So those 4 fat quarters that I've just shown you there, are $7.99. Oh, we only have 3 of these left, so you all know a good deal when you get one. 3 of these left, $7.99 for that bundle of 4. So please make sure you check out as you go, because we don't want you to lose out. Next we have our Lewis and Irene cocktail pins on grey. We have got, how many of these are left? We're just working it out. We have 4.5 meters of this, so 9 units of this left. We won't be able to get this one in again either. So it's 0.5 meter of fabric. $4.99, that can't be right. That is such a good price there. Only 9 of these units left, 4.5 meters. We had this on with Alice and Marion 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? They're all blurring into, I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We had this on as a coordinate, and they're so pretty. They make such beautiful things out of Debbie Shaw's book there. So that's 0.5 meter there for $4.99 of the grey cocktail sticks there. Yep. Yes. Oh, wow. Right, so sorry, I was just getting a lot of information there, making sure I get it. No, not you. So now, this is the most fabulous bundle. You have got 6 0.5 meters here. All of these beautiful colorway here. Now, before I open these up, there are, how many left? There are 10 of these left. They launched this week. There's 6 fat quarter, 6 0.5 meters here, 3 meters of fabric. We only have 10 of these left. They launched this week. We're not able to get these back in again. This is it. We won't be able to get you all of these fabrics again, so this is now as a bundle, last 10 available, and now I'm going to show you the detail on each and every one of these. That's the first fabric there. Beautiful one. Love that. Absolutely adorable. I'm just opening this up to see if I can see the name of the company. It's called Poppy Cotton. I love a good selvage. Sorry, I just have to show you that. Look at that. So they are already in the quilting industry, and one of the ladies works for Riley Blake. Look at that. They've gone and followed their dreams and opened up a place together. Look at that. Oh, I love that. I love the fact that we can bring you what's new in the quilting world and something totally unique and independent. I love that. And this is the 5th colourway then in this bundle. Really adorable, and they feel so beautiful. Now this fabric I absolutely adore. Is that just not the most beautiful, beautiful fabric? Only 10 of these available. Launched last week, and I can't believe we're down to our last 10. Really beautiful. So we've got 6 different fabrics here, and I can show you these as a beautiful, beautiful combination there. Gorgeous way of doing them. Absolutely love those. $39.99 for those there. Only 10 of these left, so please, if you are keen on getting them, make sure you check out. We don't want you to be losing out, not paying any more or any less if you check out multiple times during the day. In this bundle, pink and blue, ending in yellow, ending in 30. Sorry, I'm just repeating that there. Right, so this fabric we've also got available by the 1/2 meter. So this is how popular this collection's been. Gosh. So outside of the bundle, if you do want to buy this on your own, this is going to be, we've only got 5 meters left of this, and you can see how beautiful. So this, and the selvage is so fabulous as well. And I love that the colors are in hexes. That's really sweet. So this, we've only got 5 meters left of this. There's $6.99 by the 1/2 meter. And just look how beautiful of it. So the names of these, we're not sure who makes the names up on these. This is, it's not yellow on the background, but that is what you're getting. Your television is right, that's not yellow. It's a beautiful, beautiful soft pink on that. It's a beautiful, beautiful colourway there. On 4/7. Perfect. So this is the next colourway we've got over here. This is so pretty. I really love this. I love the way you've got these beautiful blue pops of flower in there as well. It works so, so beautifully. This one's also a 1/2 meter. We've got 7 meters of these left. Now I know 7 meters sounds a lot because that's a bolt, but you can imagine with how much we only launched these last week, and we've only got 7 meters left of that. If you're wanting to multi-buy and get a whole load of this at once, if you wanted 2 meters, for example, you are going to buy 4 of these if you want 2 meters, because then it will come to you as a 2 meter piece. So make sure you check those out there. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself here. Sorry, that's what you said. I misheard you. Sorry. Next one is the clocks in blue. Only got 7 meters of this one left. Now, what I love about this fabric is when you zoom in on it here, the detailing in these little corners, they are so beautiful, and these gorgeous little tessellation here of designs, they're sort of a bit like Zen tiles and things. Really phenomenal detailing there. It's really, really sweet. And all the different options of shapes that you could do, because you could cut out a square just there, and you can see you've got the corners there. It's really, really lovely there. So that there. How much have we got left of this one? Again, we've got 7 meters left of this one. So if you are keen to get some of those, only 7 meters left. Next, we've got these Dino Rock Players. These are really, really sweet. It's not. This is $4.99 for the 1/2 meter there. Look at the gorgeous detailing on there. Really, really sweet. Loving that. $4.99 for the half metre there. The Kimmeridge Bay by Lewis and Irene. I definitely don't think, I'm sure somebody's made a mistake with these prices, but there we go. That's it. That's the price. $4.99 for the half metre of that. If you do want multiple units, make sure that if you get 4 units, that will come to you as a 2 metre piece cut that way. So this is our next one. I'm going to just move my Tula out the way there. Look at that. So this is brand new in this week. Really, really lovely. Isn't that just so sweet? And what I love about this would make the most beautiful, beautiful binding as well. And a little detailing on a bag edge. It was so pretty. Little girl's dress or a little girl's handbag. Or just a little lining as a fun lining for your own handbag. Really, really sweet little big girl handbags. Got to be done. Love that. So we've got that one available now as well. Now we've got these Lewis and Irene Tigers. These are so sweet. So we started the show with 10 meters of this now. We haven't even mentioned it yet. And how many left? We've got 5 meters left of this. Now I've not even mentioned this yet, but we've reordered this collection in previously because it sold so well the last time. But unfortunately, I think we're at the end of the run of this, so we're not sure we're going to be able to get that in again. So we've now got 5 meters left of this. We did have 10 meters when we started the show, but you're all very savvy shoppers. You've gone ahead of the bundles, gone to have a look. So this is again $5.99 for you today for the half meter. If you are looking for multiple units, if you order 2 or 3 units of it, you will either get a 1 meter piece or a 1.5 meter piece if it's 2 or 3. White or blue? Is the blue not there? That's next, okay. Just checking, sorry, that's the problem. Every now and then I have to have a chat with my lovely producer and I have to do it and you can hear it. So sorry, there's no way of talking to her up there. There we go. So now we've got this beautiful colourway here in the white. I just want to stroke it. It's so, so lovely. So that's $6.99 here, the Country Roads Pink Blossoms on White. Oh, as a hair scrunchie, that could be really sweet. And of course a little purse to match or a little bracelet. That is beautiful. Little detailing on bags as well. It's so pretty. Love that. Now I've been running ahead with this one. So Pink Blossom on Navy. Oh, that is so sweet. And I love the darker colour on such soft prints because it just shows those prints up so beautifully on that. Maybe there's a little evening bag lining that. And again, look, beautiful, beautiful selvage on that as well. Next we have the Britannia Clock Faces on Grey by Lewis and Irene. And just like we had with the blue one before, look at the incredible detailing on these clocks. So, so intricate. Again, not able to get these in again, unfortunately. Once these are gone, they're gone. $5.99 for a half metre on these. Really pretty. Love that. Now I absolutely love this little Lewis and Irene cocktail pins on yellow. We had this on with Alison yesterday as well when we were doing Debbie's book. Beautiful, beautiful colourway, really lovely. And then we coordinated this with a gorgeous navy blue spot that we had from Rose and Hubble. We did this yesterday on the show. So if you have missed that, go back and have a look. But having this today for $4.99 by the half metre. But imagine this is a lovely pleated 50s skirt. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Or lining of a sewing bag, or even just yesterday, like what we did is we had these as the detailing on a tea cozy and as a cafetiere and everything. It was really lovely. Such a vintage look on it as well. Really lovely. $4.99 for a half metre. I'm sure somebody's made a mistake somewhere. Now we're going to our neutral fat quarter pack of 4. These are lovely. So they've got brown and natural, 45% cotton, 55% Hessian, and then one of them is 100% polyester. So this is the Hessian and cotton blend there with that beautiful little heart. Then we've got a lovely little dot on that beautiful combination of the Hessian and the cotton. And then if I return that round, you can see we've got another dot on that for the Hessian and cotton combination there. And then our wonderful gingham there in the brown. That's our polyester one there. Lovely fat quarter, perfect for any of the home projects you're wanting to do. These are beautiful sort of covers for your mixer or your toaster. They work really, really well. And then this works very, very well for a bias binding. It's a really lovely little combination there. 4 of these. It's very shabby chic for homewares and things. It works very, very well. Love that. And then that's a metre of it. So you're getting 4 fat quarters, which are 55 by 45 centimetres each of these. So you're getting 4 of the fat quarters, and that's going to be $12.99. And they feel really good. I love it when they've got a blend of Hessian. They work very, very well there. The red one. Just double checking. Now this I think might be my favourite of the fat quarter bundles because you've got this wonderful combination of fabrics here. The feel of these last 3 here. I love making dish towels out of fabrics, but these have just got that wonderful linen-y feel to them. And they're so fun. Really, really vibrant as well. These 2 also feel lovely. And they're such a great colour combination. Look at that one. Beautiful design on there. Really, really sweet. Imagine that as a little wash bag as well. Oh, Christmas wash bag. There we go. Christmas wash bag. You can do that as your Christmas wash bag. Everything for Christmas for me. But you can see there you've got your wonderful pop there. This would make a beautiful bias binding as well. Even this one, the little cross there, would make a gorgeous bias binding. These are a bit more of a linen feel, and you can see that that's changing from a red to sort of a petrol colour. Absolutely beautiful there. And then this is just such a beautiful traditional sort of French look, just for a dish towel. I love this. I love these. Really beautiful there. So you're getting 4 fat quarters. Each fat quarter is 45 centimetres by 55, and that's coming in at $12.99. Next we've got the Lewis and Irene Britannia clock faces here in, is it tan or gold? What's the colour? Gold. I never know whether it's tan or gold, so I just like to check. So these are the Lewis and Irene Britannia clock face in light gold. $5.99 for a half metre. And again, you've got that wonderful detailing there, and these, what do we call those, spirographs? That's the word I was looking for. Look at those sort of spirograph effect there that you've got on those. Really, really pretty. $5.99 for the half metre of these today. And I think I know my order now. I'm going for my grey and black dinosaurs here. These are really sweet. Such a great price point again. I'm sure someone's made a mistake. $4.99 for these today. Oh, get that in the right place. We definitely won't be able to do that again at that price. I'm sure somebody's going to cotton on that we've made a mistake there, but even not, get it now while you can. Unfortunately, we can't get a lot of these fabrics again because you know what it's like. They print them once, can't get them again. Loving those. Great for kids' toys and things. Oh, and then we've got these, and I think this might be my favourite of the cocktail colours. This is the beautiful, beautiful cocktail pins on purple. How many? There are less than 20 metres on this. It's the Lewis and Irene cocktail party pins on violet, not purple. But the detailing on the pins, if you can look at the detailing on these, they're incredible. You've got that lovely little crosshatch on them. Really, really sweet. And then in the background, you've got this lovely little oval, shape there with a crisscross there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really love that. And then you've got this dark line in there, and it's just so cleverly done. Really great, great detail on this. But you've got to have really, really high quality fabric here with really high quality printing to be able to maintain these dark lines and these gorgeous shapes, and that you can still see the detail at this magnification. You can just see it's really, really clever. And that's why Lewis and Irene have such a great brand and such a great detail there. But for $4.99 for a half metre. Honestly, go back and watch Alison's show yesterday with all the fabrics that we had in there, those wonderful bundles. That was such a great deal on its own, but perhaps you've already got some of those. Now you can get the pins and do your own with those, with Debbie's book from yesterday. Really lovely. This one is just so fun. You've got these wonderful little sand castles on sand. Going on your holidays, some of us are able to get down to the beach and to do things now. Now you can make something fun to take with you, maybe a little beach bag, or literally a beach bag made with beach fabric. These are the small things sand castles on sandy yellow fabric, half metre for $5.99. Because you don't want to be taking plastic to the beaches. We're all trying to use less plastic these days, especially now. Now you can make something reusable and take them down to the beach with you, or even just to go shopping with. It's just a nice, fun little fabric to be able to do. Can you imagine? Oh, that's a good idea. Imagine having your own special shell collecting bag. That's very good. Oh, I like that. I need a shell collecting bag. That's brilliant. Really like that. Or just a little bag to carry your bucket and your spade. Hannah's just said, when I go to the beach, I want to dig a hole all the way to Australia, so I'll need a little bag to put all my snacks in. I think you're going to need a little bit more equipment, and maybe a flight is quicker. But don't go to Australia, we'd miss you. Oh, this is so sweet. Why have I not seen this one before? Oh, that's adorable. Oh, little kitty cats on chairs. See, my husband buys furniture, and I'm looking at all these different chairs, and he'd be able to name each and every one of them. But it's all those iconic models of the furniture. These are beautiful. I love these. Very, very sweet. Really, really cute that. So this is the Lewis and Irene Poodle and Doodle. Catnaps on Pale Peach. That is such a great name. But I don't call this peach. I wouldn't call that peach, would you? Well, maybe it is a bit peachy. It feels more pink to me, a pale pink. It does feel a little bit like Bewitched. Oh my goodness, I love that. That's very sweet. It does, it's got that sort of 50s feel to it, but the movie, oh, that's a very good one. But the detailing on it is so good. Sorry, I've got somebody singing a tune of some kind in my ear. Oh, that was for the nose. Sorry, now I've got it. No, I've got the... That does not do it justice at all. Really lovely that. $5.99 by the half metre. And then our second last fabric for the day is this lovely Sandcastles on Blue. Small Things by the Sea, Lewis and Irene again. Me too. Sorry, we have devolved after 4 hours. I'm listening to Talkback and I've just replied. Sorry, right. Gorgeous, gorgeous sandcastles on this lovely blue. Again, your digging to Australia bag if you're going to do that, or your lovely little shell bag. Beautiful, beautiful things. And everybody going on their holidays now, being able to get down to the sea. Your little bucket and spade bag even. Really, really sweet little fabric, those. Lewis and Irene. But maybe this is just a nice little pair of shorts. Nice little t-shirt for that as well. That's $5.99 today by the half metre. Really lovely there. Lewis and Irene, really great eye for design. And then last but certainly not least, we have got the Water Meadow, it's called here. What have we called it on there? It's called the Water Meadow Sunset Dragonfly. Really lovely. And I love the fact it's not directional. You've got all these wonderful little dragonflies on there. And then this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful orange. What about a fairy? Oh, that's so sweet. Hannah's just telling us now when she was little, she caught a dragonfly and believed it was a little fairy. But it was a fairy. It was a little fairy's pony. You have to release the fairies, always, definitely. It reminds me of when I was growing up in Africa when it snowed the first time and I built a snowman and I fell in love with my little snowman. And of course we're in Africa, it's not cold for very long. And the next day I went to school and I was very sad that we couldn't put the snowman in the freezer and I could keep my little friend, and he melted, and I'm still traumatized by the death of my little friend, the snowman. I know I should see somebody to talk about this because it still bothers me 35 years later. Gosh, I'm very glad that's the end of the show. Yes, gosh, that was 39 years ago and I still remember it. The trauma of losing my little snowman friend. Bad as Hannah losing her little fairy. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. We've got a little menu of what's coming up tomorrow. Who's in tomorrow? It's Debs, isn't it? Debbie. So we've got the So Different Pinafore dress with Adele Rowland. Oh, a Lone Star cushion. Oh, I'm definitely watching that. Then we've got the woman's short from Adele again. Then the Adjusto form and dressmaking fabrics at 11. And then tomorrow at 12 o'clock, you'll have the repeat of today's 8 o'clock show, which was the Tilda Campervan cushion with Delphine. Hopefully you'll be able to join us there for that. It's such a great lineup there. I'm really looking forward to that. So anybody who hasn't looked already, make sure you check out the Oracle. Such a great show today. Really enjoyed your company. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.